How's your eardrums, everybody? That was kind of sneaky. I like that. Here we go, guys. We are here together for the live stream for the New Year New Army giveaway. And holy Gork and Mork, I have been collating all stinking morning. You guys absolutely rocked this out of the park. Absolutely amazing. Super duper rad. So, yeah, let's go. Let's get into it. We'll talk about everything on the contest. We're going to look at everybody's final entries, and then we're going to give away this Armageddon box right here. Still sealed, brand new for you. As you know, from my house to yours, I am the one personally shipping this again, not drop ship or anything. You are getting literally this box. I will I'll sign it for you if you want. Grab some crayons. We'll make it happen. All right, we'll give everybody a couple minutes to get in here. I know I had already spread around the link earlier, but now that it's actually live, you got to give people a chance to get on. But yeah, here we go. So if you guys could do me a favor, if you entered the contest, throw your like thumbs up, whatever, down in the comments. It'd be good to get a good idea of how many people actually entered are like here on the stream tonight. So, oh, Real Jazeer says I should do membership goals instead of super chats. Let's see. I think the only goals we can do though are, oh no, maybe they can do. Let's. How come the only thing I can do is chats? Hmm. I don't know how to make it do anything other than the chats. Maybe let me check over here. Bear with me, guys. Are you staying cool out there during your hot work summer? I am. These tumblers are actually really nice. It's double walled, so it keeps things nice and cool. You don't get the sweat either. All right, now let's see. Where is?
Please, let me.
There we are. Now, how do we do? Sorry, I'm messing with this goal thing. But yeah, super chats is all I get. I don't get any other type of goals. I don't know why it won't let us do that. Lots of thumbs up from people that entered the contest. Awesome. We got Nindaka, Mortis Gang, DC Reviews, OMG Ponies, Otter's Pocket, Dead Rough Blitz Blasta, Hibiscus, Blitzful Badger, Dracos Dragoon, Daka Flame didn't enter, but did buy some merch. Always important to get your more orcs merch, right? Right. The Sav Master, Tyler Ben, 1071, Logan Bechtel, 7862, Sneaky Get, Mortis Gang, 60 or 270. Awesome. No, Jazeera, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Robert Jackson bought a shirt. Keith says it's a super hot work summer in New York. Yeah, no kidding, man. Woo! DeFlus and Ashes has the new Army More Orc shirt and coffee mug too. Yeah, don't forget, we do coffee mugs. So, depending on what kind of drink you like, and the water bottle too. I don't know where the water bottle is. So many merch laying around here. I need Merch Grot to come do some things. All right, we're gonna do the super chats just because it's the only thing that gives us the option to do. But that's okay. All right, let me get my chat back up there. We'll set this goal here. We're gonna set a big one though. We're gonna go big, like real big, because we're gonna be on this for a while. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna set that for 2 hours. I think you guys are gonna like this one. Lunch super chat program. Why are you going crazy over here? All right. We're gonna go big. We're gonna go big. But again, look at the goal and we'll go from there. So there we go. There's the goal. Like I said, it's a big one. It's a big one. But look at what you get. All right. Now I need to get, let's get these entries up. So I messed around with these entries for a long time to try to figure out how to do this. We had put everybody's like photos on their own category in Discord. And I was really trying to like do that, but like when you have postings and then also people were posting like individual photos of all their minis, which is fantastic. But the whole point was New Year, New Army, and I wanted like one big army photo from everybody. It was just too hard to do it on Discord. So what I did is I downloaded the closest thing to a full army photo that everybody had. A lot of people had a full army photo, so that was great. Some of you it's just going to be a squad or a single guy or something, but I did what I could. And then we're going to go through them as a like as an album here. So let's see. And this should allow us to do a slideshow of it. See, OG Pony's got a new army shirt and a snazzy cap. Got a compliment for it in my local supermarket. Nice. Hey, Real Jazeer. Thank you, my friend. Shady Snakes. You guys are awesome. So we're already 2 in. Yeah, Deflus and Ashes. Unfortunately, the stinking super chat or the streaming program platform that I use for some reason only allows super chats and not channel memberships, which stinks because I'd much rather channel memberships, but you know, we don't have time to sit here and screw with it. So you know, let me do okay. All right, and then I think we are good to go on the slideshow there. So let's get that going. Hey, Kit Bashington, Probiscus, much appreciated, my friends. Crimson Chained, appreciated. Oh, HR Welch, sorry you can't stay long. But again, you do not have to be present to win. Just want to make that very, very clear. You know, so make sure you throw a thumbs up for that. You do not have to be present to win. Whoever's name gets drawn will absolutely get this, whether they bought merch or entered via the site. You know, you're good to go there. So, hey, Sneaky Git in the Czech Republic. Very nice. Good to see you. Haha, Jan's Vutek 6956 says, thank you. Because of you, I got the last old truck in our country from an internet shop. Let's go. Hey, old Big Mek brings you the goods, right? I mean, outside of our Purple Squig finding the War Boss, who told you 40 millimeter bases for knobs? Who told you we were getting a new truck? Who told you not to buy any bikes because we were getting new bikes as soon as Wazdaka came out? Like, come on, guys. I'm looking out for you here. Let's go. Oh, and Keith bought a bunch of stickers the other day. Speaking of stickers, by the way, guys, where did my did you guys know that there is now 2 different sheets of stickers? Aha, found it. So we had our original sheet of stickers with our original 5 artworks, and now there is sheet number 2. And sheet number 2, we added the MOR DACA and the MOR ORKS and the Hotworks Summer, and then you get the red squig that's just the squig by himself. And then you get the red ones go faster. That's the grayscale, and these are all individual. You peel them off individually and stick them on things. So yeah, these are a lot of fun. So yeah, if you get the 2 different sticker sheets, you'll have yourself 10 different artworks of orky things to put on your stuff. I really like putting them on my my little carrying cases. Haha, Diffuse and Ashes found it. Let's go. Okay, cool brain. So again, guys, I want to make this super duper clear. This was not a painting competition. This was not a like completion competition is like whoever completed the most. The whole point of this competition was to help all of us turn our stuff from piles of plastic laying around to armies on the table. Now, some of you, your goal was to build, not to paint. That's great. That was my goal too. Here is my built army. I'm very happy that I was able to get all of these guys off the sprue and together. Granted, they're still gray, but hey, you know what? Painting contest coming next, right? So yeah, it's not about the quality. It's not about the quantity. The whole point is we wanted to get everybody encouraged to get stuff on the table. That was the whole point. So it doesn't matter if you finished 1 mini or 1,000 minis, you have the same chance to win. Doesn't matter if your paint job is, Slayer Sword winner or, 3 colors on the tabletop. You're gonna have the same entries. The whole thing is motivation, right? We are working together, not against each other, together. We are trying to get as many orcs as we can. And the few of you that did non-orc things out onto the tabletop, right? And even if you don't play, it gets it, from your pile of shame into your display case and makes you happy. That was the whole point. Hey, Azamak, thank you for that. Says probably won't watch the stream for long, but many wahs go out to all who participated in the competition. Much appreciated. All right, now let's see. Let's get this screen share on. Okay, should be that. Let's see. This should work. I had tested it. Hey, there we go. So here is the first of our entries. Now, the only bad thing about this is even though I saved each and every file name with everybody's usernames, when I'm doing the live stream share thing, because it's got like my little picture and all the controls and stuff, it blocks the file name. So if this is your army, make sure you shout yourself out down in the comments and we'll get some applause for you. Ooh, Kit Bashington, can I get a Mordaka Blood Axe camouflage hat? That's a great question. You mean this one right here? Is that the one you're looking for? Or do you want it in this camo style, but with this logo? Is that what you're asking? Hooligan Johnny wants to know, how do you change the super chat amount? That is a great question that I don't know. Honestly, what I see on this end is different than what you guys see on your end. So that makes it, really difficult. Okay, Bashington says yes, the second thing. Okay, I will do that. For those of you guys who don't know, all of our merch is made to order, which means I don't have to carry an inventory of it, which means I can make whatever you want. So what Kit Bashington asked is this Blood Axe camo, which is this really cool black camo. He wants this hat, but instead of the red squig artwork, he wants Ordaka. And notice these are embroidered. This is individual embroidery. It's covered in squig floof. It's individual embroidery. It is not like some lame iron-on or anything like that. But yeah, so I can do that. I will make this hat with this artwork available on it on the website at some point this weekend. I'll throw it up in the Discord so you know. All right, let's get into these because this is super duper duper rad. Yeah, Julian, I think when you click on it, like when you click the plus button, after that, where did it go? Or yeah, you click the money button and then you click the little arrow next to super chats. And then down below it, there is a dollar amount. And then you can type in whatever dollar amount you want. But it's got to be at least like $4.99, I think, US for it to count on this one. Mostly because I forgot to click the everything button, and that's not my fault. But okay. But yeah, we are at 5 of 30 of our super chats, and we still have almost 2 hours to go. So I think we're going to get there. Because yeah, for those of you that didn't actually look to see what our super chat goal was, if we get all 30 super chats, instead of giving away one of these bad boys, we're going to give away 2. because my friendly local game store has one left. And I could just pop down there right now and grab it, and then we can give away 2 of these suckers. So, if you want a second chance at winning, throw a super chat in there and we'll give one away. Real Jazeer, thank you for helping out, bud. Much appreciated. Same thing to Bacon Dog. The Codex Astartes names dis manuva steel rain. We will descend upon Defoe. I love it. I love it. Okay, so yeah, so here we go. This is the first one here in the show. This is a Leagues of Votann army done in a green, white, and gold scheme. I think this is very cool looking. These guys are all the robot ones, and then they're like armored ones, and they got all the helmets on too to match like the little robots that because the Leagues of Votann have like dudes in armor, and then they have like actual robots, which is just super duper cool. Hooligan Johnny, I'll just do a few of these. Hey, I like it. It gets us to that 30 number, right? Okay, so let's do the next one. All right, so here is another one. Now, again, once again, the actual goals were as set by each individual. Okay, they were not set by me; they were set by each individual, and you didn't even have to meet your goals to like be entered. Right? We all know that life gets busy, things happen. So it's not like, oh, I didn't make my goal, I can't get it entered. No, it's you still made progress, right? So again, some of these goals are just building, some are kit bashing, some are painting. But this is the final entry for whoever this person was. And again, my deepest apologies that it doesn't show the name on here because I've been wanting it to do that, but it's just not compatible with the stuff. But yeah, there we go. And yes, you do see some tiny tanks in there. Very well spotted there, Kit Bashington. That is still my most popular video ever. All right, so here we go. Here's an example of, so again, I had said, oops, hold on, it paused. No, don't do that. Let's go back. Back one. There we go. So I had said in the instructions for the final thing to post at least one photo of like everything you had gotten done in one photo. This person did not do so. They got great shots of each individual squad. Really nice paint job. I love the like purple ogre knob for the tank busters is really cool. But again, what I was really looking for was that backup shot of the whole army done, but still really, really cool. So this person actually did like 4 or 5 of these squads. But that's all, unfortunately, again, one photo for each person. There we go. All right, here's another one that was a build. This one is extra cool because as you see, that is a DACA rig. So this person built stuff and then got their Armageddon box and started building too. So what we've got here is 3 Def Coptas, a Def Dread, a Weird Boy, got a Rocket Truck Squig Buggy, the DACA rig, looks like a couple of knobs, a War Boss. Yeah, excellent start to a wall right there. Oh no, Gilgain forgot to finish enter. I can only do so much, guys. I'm sorry. Yes, Musket Smoothbore, you were supposed to already upload a photo of your finished stuff. You had from June 20th to June 30th. I announced it on a live stream, on a video, and on Discord multiple times. So I'm sorry, guys. I really try my best. But, at some point you got to go, hey, you guys got to pay attention. Again, we covered it in every video and every live stream. From June 20th to June 30th. And then Business Grot stole my phone and said that you guys had until I woke up on July 1st. And so there were like 7 entries that came in after the bell because she had done that. So, but yeah, everything's already got to be done. It's okay, Musket Smoothbore. It's okay, man. I get it. Lots going on. That's why we try to give as much time as possible. But all right, here we go. Moving on. This army was a build and partial paint. We got us a Lehman Russ and a Chimera and a couple of squads of some guardsman dudes and good old Baelai there up front. Yeah, Musket Smoothbore, you could totally share just to show off. You're just not going to be in the slideshow because again, I had to save everybody's photos off of Discord. But maybe we'll show it off for the next live stream or something like that. We'll go to Discord and look at it. But by all means, at least post it on Discord for everyone to look at because that Discord channel will live on in perpetuity. Okay, so here is another one. This army is really, really cool. For those of you that don't know yet, when I very first was exposed to Warhammer, the first thing I actually saw was Warhammer Fantasy Battle, and one of the armies was Bretonnian Knights, and I have had a soft spot in my heart ever since. I would love to do a Bretonnian Knights Old World Army. Now, this is obviously not Bretonnian Knights. This is like a historical, but I love this. I mean, look at this. Look at all these colors. Look at like everything going on here. You've got knights on foot with shields and swords. You've got these dudes with spears in two different colors, and then you've got all the knights with their individual heraldry. Like it's just so stinking cool. I love the way it looks. Yeah, it's just super duper rad. So yeah, love this. I'm not sure what game it was for or whatnot, but yeah, super cool. All right, moving on. Here is another orc army. This one is done up in some bad moods. You see a bunch of old classic Badonkadonk boys there. We got us a bunch of grots and a runt herd, a couple of bomb squigs, couple of killicans. Excellent start to a law there. Hey, Logan Betchel says, thanks, old Big Mek. Those are mine. The paint scheme is based on one of my favorite paint schemes. Love it. Thank you. And yeah, again, if this is your army, make sure you shout something out down in the chat so everybody can cheer you on. But again, everybody's entries are on Discord on the Discord server. So yeah, no problem. Oh man, book series, cool. All right, moving on. Here is, I think everybody knows who this army is, right? Because we probably have all been watching it. So here we go. There's another Leagues of Votan. You got the cool purple, green, orange color scheme going on there. Looks fantastic. Love the Octarius terrain as well. Oh, Keith Grochi says, I'm building a stompa out of a Mr. Potato Head. Can I call it the Tater Knot? Absolutely. Everybody needs a Tater Knot. All right, so this is really cool. So again, this is another example of this contest was about you and what you wanted to do. It was not a painting competition. It was not a mount competition. And this, I think, is the most creative thing I've seen in the entire contest. That's a high bar. There's a lot of really, really, really cool stuff, right? So this person, they wanted to add a truck to their army, and this is a sprue truck. As you can see, the whole thing is actually built mostly out of old Games Workshop sprues, and then you've got some like Lego wheels and tires on there and stuff. And it's all done. It is the proper size. He's got the right layout on it, like the little engine up front there with all the extra pieces. Like this is so creative and so cool. And again, this was their goal was I wanted to add a truck to my army, and look at that, they added a truck to their army. Like how stinking cool is that? Like, yeah, love it to death. Okay, here we go. Here is another one that the goal was to get something painted that was big and intimidating, not necessarily getting like a whole army thing going. And in this, it's the new, I believe this is the Nightbringer. It's one of the Catans or Satans for the Necron guys. So very, very cool paint scheme. You can see how it like fades into the digital stuff and then all the lightning there in the bottom. Like super duper rad. And hey, it's green and green is best. So we're going to accept it, right? Again, you didn't have to do ORKS. You didn't have to do Warhammer or 40K. Yeah. So, again, it was getting your goals done, getting stuff out on the tabletop. That's what we wanted to see. All right, here we go. There's another orc army here. We got us a big old honking truck. See a bunch of old boys. See a couple of new boys. See some Squig Hog boys. Got a Death Dread, a Kill Rig in there. That's an excellent looking orc army. One of the things that I absolutely love about this one, and I preach about this all the time. Look at the skin tones, guys. Every single orc is a different color green. Green is best, but which green doesn't matter. You've got this like yellowy green on the Pain Boss. You've got some medium greens. You've got some dark greens. Like they're all over the place. And look at how good it looks. Looks all amazing. Oh, Real Jazeer says, speaking of trucks, can anyone tell me how to get the old truck to stay together? You don't. The whole point of buying an old truck is to use it for pieces to make 4 Met guns or kit bash the new truck to look better. Concrete, more nails. But yeah, so again, this is just an example of how awesome orcs look with all the different skin colors. And I want to point out this was brought over to the squigs too. Notice all of the squigs are a different red or orange, but they're all red or orange, right? And it really, really works together. So that the color that remains the same through the army is the Evil Sun's red color that they're using on all the armor panels and helmets and the bike and stuff like that. That red stays consistent throughout, but the skin tones on the squigs and the skin tones on the orcs are different, which I super duper love. Okay. Oh, this I really like this one. So you got a bunch of really cool 3D prints in this army, which turned out absolutely fantastic. Look, you can see some war bikes there, some commandos, a truck. You gotta love the grot tank there in the back. Really, really cool grim dark paint job. Yeah, which is really cool. Oh, hey, Stephen White says I went with pale orcs. The more powerful, the more pale. I like that. I've also seen the other way around with the more powerful the orc, the darker the skin until almost black for like the war boss. Also looks really cool. So yeah, like having it be like as the orcs age, their skin changes colors is really cool. But yeah, this army really fantastic. I love the display attempt, right? Using the boxes and the foam and stuff to build it up, so you get the one whole army shot. That was definitely somebody that read the entry and followed and did an excellent, great job. Hey, Chris Williams, thank you for shouting that out. I was hoping you would. Yeah, this was great. Not only did you get the army like tier to this point, but then following the directions, getting the whole army up in a photo, in a group photo, because this is what again, the real reason for this contest is I love armies on parade and I love seeing whole army shots. And shots like this are what I mean, where you can see the whole army in one go and you can just sit there and stare at it for hours and like, oh, there's this squad and there's that squad and there's this character. And oh, like look at how even these works, right? They're all different color skin tones. And like looking at how the rust is done and stuff like that. I really, really, really love it. All right. Next, here we go. So I believe this person also had more than just this particular squad, but this was the most in one photo. There's a squad of Beast Snagga boys here. Looks like with a couple of Beast Snagga knobs in there, but the Bad Moons yellow was really interesting. I have not seen very many Bad Moons Beast Snaggas, so that was really cool to see. So that was fun. Again, got great paint on there. Building your orcs up, getting them out on the battlefield. Oh, okay. So this was another cool one. This person did a bunch of chaos stuff. Unfortunately, again, not one photo of the whole army, which was terrible because all of the units and the stuff they painted were amazing. And I really wanted to see like an overall shot, but they didn't do it. So I picked the most interesting shot. This is a couple of defilers. I believe these are the new defilers. I'm not much of a spiky boy, so if I'm wrong, don't shoot me. What I really liked about this one is the one on the right. He added a piece of the like old L-shaped terrain on the base, which I thought was really really cool to like kind of help set the scale. Okay. All right. He is always in cover. That is a very orky thing. I'll have to do that as a meme one day. All right, here we go. Some more orcs. This is a Break-A-Boy squad. And as you see, you got the bomb squigs in there. Love the use of the decals for the little checkerboards and stuff like that. They seem to be this really rich royal blue. I don't know if they are necessarily dirty, dirty death skulls, but I really like the royal blue with the vibrant green um, skin tone. They're supposed to wait. Tyler Blit. I am butchering this name. Tyler Albin 1071 said those are my bee snaggas. They're supposed to be snake bites. These guys, but they're yellow. They look like bad moons. Seriously, Tyler, these are supposed to be snake bites? Well, you know what? I think they look awesome as bad moons. I love the yellow. I think that that is like actually really cool looking and probably one of the best looking um beast snaggers I've seen just because of using that color. I really don't like them in the snake bite white. Anyways. All right, so here we go. Here's another orc army. This one is super rad. Not only do you have some built, you've got some painted. Notice the built ones are old school metal. This is old school, right? But even though the painted squad over there on the left, that is new, the monopose orcs, right? So yeah, like again, this is what I love about seeing whole armies is that you get to see how people collect individually and like seeing that this collection has OG metal minis and like mid hammer minis and new minis all together and how it still looks super cool. Because look, you got Luda's there in the back right, right? You got the war boss there in the middle, along with I believe that is either a Killican or one of the old Death Dreads back when they only had two arms, right? And then you got new commandos up front, new boys, and then you got these old metal boys hanging out. Like that's so sticking cool. Hey, Crimson Shady says, "Them's me boys." And I am the reason you have so many metal ones. Awesome. Wait, are some of those from me? So those might be some genuine old Big Meks, old orcs there. Oh, Pabiscus said I did post the whole army photo, but not in the New Year New Army section. I'm so sorry, man. It's okay. You can always go throw it in there. Oh, okay. I know who this is only because of the squigs. This is Squig. I think it's is it just no something Squig. Does Squig. Duh Squig. Like da bears. Da Squigs. Yeah, he put his couple of squig plushies there, which is always super fun. Mine have gone missing. The Grot stole them. They brought the Grot plushies back, but not the squigs. So apparently, I'm never gonna have squigs again. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, you got a couple of the Sentinels there, and these are the really extra cool Sentinels. These are the Horus Heresy ones, which I think have just really cool look to them. I got a Lehman Russ there with the great big giant tank and then a little squad there to go with him. And then he's got his orcs going on. He got a war boss. He got some boys. He got some grots. So yeah, it's super fun. They could have a little battle with each other. Maybe those orcs are looting those Imperial Guard things. I mean, they are already blue, so that makes it easy. Guess I just have to get more squigs. The problem with that is, Azamek, I think that if I got more squig plushies, they would just take more of them. I would still have zero. I don't know. That seems to be how it works around here. All right, this was really cool. I really appreciated this. Not only did this person post up photos of all their individual things, but for their big army photo, they couldn't get it all in one photo, and you can see they actually photoshopped this together to make the big photo out of like 3 photos. I really appreciated that extra bit. Okay, like bonus point for this. Totally cool. Oh, Will Moreno, 3967 said, I started the live stream right when my army came up, the big army with all the different color greens. That is awesome. But yeah, I love the self-made panorama here. The blue and pink Imperial Guard army is very cool. Fun story. Way back in the day, when I was first getting into 40K and I was playing with my cousins, one of my cousins had Imperial Guard and the other one had Space Marines. And his Space Marines were pink, and they were kind of like this light blue color too. And so this is like the inverse. So it almost looks like this would be what my other cousin's Imperial Guard would have been if he was on the same side as his brother. Not that they were, but you know what I mean. Like I don't know, just kind of hit those feels pretty cool. All right, this army is super duper rad. Again, you didn't have to do orcs; you could do whatever you wanted. This person did beakies, and they did blood ravens that look absolutely awesome here. You've got like Phobos librarian, a couple of Phobos squads. I see a regular librarian, I think, with some assault intercessors, regular intercessors. Another librarian. This guy really likes his librarians. You get some heavy intercessors back there, some Terminators, 3 different dreadnoughts, which is super rad. The big floaty tank. Yeah, really cool stuff. Obviously, you see some stuff is built, some stuff is built and primed, some stuff is totally painted. And And again, it's everybody's goal was their own thing, like what they wanted to do, how they wanted to, get there. But I love that they did a photo with everything. I believe this person also threw up a photo of just the painted, and it really waffled back and forth on like which photo to choose because the just painted like hits, right? It just slaps. But getting to see, all the extra stuff that they did too is really cool. So I went with this one. All right, here we go. We got some more bad moons on here, or at least some more yellow. That I gotta give it props, man. The yellow really does look awesome on orcs, and seeing everybody's different clans almost makes me regret doing Evil Sons on mine because like the yellow is so vibrant and that deep royal blue was so cool and like yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should just start painting different squads, different clan colors just because. That's something that I'm starting to see more and more and more, which is a whole lot of fun. But yeah, here you go. You got some commandos all together and some breaker boys. Nice little collection going there. Okay, so here we go. This is another example of you could enter whatever you wanted. It did not have to be Warhammer. It did not have to be Orcs. It did not have to be Warhammer 40K. It did not have to be Warhammer. Didn't even have to be Games Workshop. And this person did the last choice, right? The not Games Workshop. They did. I don't know if it was Shatterpoint or if it was Legion, or I'm a little behind on the Star Wars games. But they did 7 clone troopers for whatever this game was, and put together a really cool looking thing. Oh no, Coolbone6177 says, dang, I missed you showing mine about 3 minutes ago. But the Death Skulls are orcs that stole blood axe tactics that came from a fight with some royal gold Tyranids and collect golden teeth and claws. I love that lore. That was awesome. All right, let's go back to Coolbones real quick because we gotta see what he was talking about there. These guys right here. So Death Skull orcs that stole blood axes tactics. All right. It came from a fight with some royal gold Tyranids and collect golden teeth and claws. So yeah, if you look, all the little spikes, they're all gold. That's cool. I like that lore. Thanks for sharing there, Coolbone. And yeah, again, I love the dark royal blue color. I think that looks really sweet. Oh, a DC review says pretty sure that's Legion. All right, cool. Okay. Oh, here's a Blood Bowl team. This is the not Necrons. They are the who are these guys? Help me out here, guys. They're the Egyptian mummy dudes. And I believe it's a Blood Bowl team. But yeah, super cool. Skelly Egyptians, right? Yeah, that's their skeleton Egyptians. Tomb Kings. There we go. Thank you, OMG Ponies. Tomb Kings. So yeah, there's a Tomb Kings Blood Bowl team. And again, got the team finished, right? Again, like, what's your goal? Set your goal, meet your goal. That was the whole point of the contest. Right now, this person has a Blood Bowl team, the full size, that they can go and play Blood Bowl games, Blood Bowl tournaments with, right? That accomplishment. That is awesome. And yes, Blood Bowl does look like an amazingly good time. All right, so here's someone whose goal was to build. If I remember right, this person was brand new to orcs. So they didn't have any orcs. And then the contest came, and now look at their orcs, right? Shady Snake says, is that Dirt Hermit's team? I'm not sure. I think Dirt Hermit posted the photo of his boys, not his Blood Bowl. I believe he's watching. He said that he should be on today. Dirt Hermit, are you here, bud? Was that yours? We got to see if he's here. Okay. But hey, year 2047 says this is my army. There you go. So yeah, he added some Squig Hog boys, some Grots, a squad of boys, some more Grots. Looks like we got the Breaker boys back there, some Storm boys. Yeah, brand new, never played. Well, look at that, man. You got yourself an orc army going there. That looks awesome. Now you can start getting some paint on them. I can see you do have a few getting started. So that's really cool. But yeah, you got a Big Mek with a shock attack gun. I can see the swamp guy from AOS being used as a weird boy or something. Nice little army. Exactly. Never played yet. Okay, so this one, for those of you that weren't following along, I said I was going to not like enter my own contest, but like play along with you guys, right? And my goal was to get my sneaky beakies built, which was I got the Raven Guard Combat Patrol, and I had some other kits laying around, and I was going to take all of the sneaky guys and I was going to build them and make an army. And I have done that. They are right here. But as you see, mine are gray, and these are not. This is Donnie Lurch 4207s. He did his as Raptors, so he got that exact same kit. There's the Invictor Tactical Warsuit, right? And then he built the jump pack guys and the jump pack captain. I'm actually saving those for a different army. I decided not to do jump packs with mine, but I ended up adding a second squad of incursors. So I've got a squad of incursors, a squad of infiltrators. And then I went and grabbed my eliminators and stuff like that. But yeah, so this is that same combat patrol that I started with, only not just built, but built and painted and done up as Raptors. They look really, really cool. Super sneaky beakies. Definitely old Big Mek approved on this one. So well done, Donnie Lurch. Well done. Oh, okay. This was another one that I absolutely adored. Again, we had photos of kind of all of them. And then this photo of the whole army. Unfortunately, the program is kind of messing with it because it's actually cropped to be a little bit more vertical where you can see all of it. But these are legit OG metal Warhammer Fantasy Battle goblins. You can see the goblin fanatics there in the background with their balls and chains. You could see the squads of goblins. You've got the musician, right, with the cymbals. You've got the banner bearer. They've got the mushrooms everywhere. You could see the crazy squig riders up front. I adore this army. This is so stinking cool. Drekos Dragoon, these are yours? Dude, like legit. Like look at the hand-painted Bad Moon banners, man. Those are hand-painted. That's not decals. And look at like the neon green Slimer squigs. Oh, yeah. I want, like, don't get me wrong, this is perfect for the contest. I want to see this army like on a display board, like with some terrain or something. I really want that. So if you could like throw a really cool picture so that I could steal it and use it as a background or something, I would love that. Because this army is amazing. I absolutely like, I saw this come in and I was like, are you kidding me? First of all, finding these minis is ridiculously difficult, but like then seeing the collection of them together and the paint job that you chose, that blue purple that everything has for the cloaks and the ground and stuff, along with that lurid green, and then yeah, the hand painted everything. Oh yeah, right in the nostalgia, man. Right in the nostalgia. I could not get enough of this one. Yeah, most of the minis are old enough to drink, right? Yeah. Look, and Johnny said, "Glad it's not a painting comp." I know, right? Yeah, I mean, I really want to do a painting competition, except for again, I try to make my competitions more collaborative than like going against each other. But I mean, man, you can see stuff like this. Oh, so cool. All right, next we've got um this is, I believe, John, but he did a Black Templar army. He, again, had great photos of the individual squads, like closer up. They look amazing. But this was a shot of the whole army. Once again, I really like these minis. I would love to see like a display board style where you could actually see the minis, landscape style. So if you want to like put that together too, that would be rad. Oh, Disson's Goot has a good recommendation. Says have people place a name tag in the picture with their minis. That's a really good idea. I like that. +1 internet points for you. All right, here is another army. And once again, this is one of those ones where they had a goal and then they added to the goal, right? You can see up front, we've got some guys that are built and painted, along with the Octarius terrain built and painted. And then they got their Armageddon box and they're like, I'm putting together the Armageddon boys too. And so they did that. They added it to their army, which I thought was super cool. You know, they wanted to get a squad done before Armageddon got here. They got that done, wanted to get their terrain done before Armageddon got here, got that done, right? And now added Armageddon to it. Hey, it's Andrew Martinez. He says, that's me. I love the Actarius terrain. Excellent job on that. The rust effects and stuff on point. I love the choice of like the white or silver for all of the orc skull glyph things. I paint mine in all sorts of wacky colors, but this actually looks like so good. Especially like you can see the oil rig Derek thing, like painting that one. Yeah, on point. Definitely, definitely a cool army. Can't wait to see the Armageddon boys painted like your commandos up front. All right, here's another one that had a really cool display. They did a bunch of beakies and they put up their display shelf with all their artwork and stuff and all their beakies on there. Some were painted, some were just built and added. But again, all of that was during the contest time, which is super duper rad. Right? Yeah, and the John Blanche artwork. You got to have the John Blanche artwork. All right, next. Okay, this is another one that I believe did more than one squad, but I had to just pick one photo because we didn't get an army photo. But excellent done commandos here. Look at, you've got the scars all over the arms on the Burnaboy. You've got the hand painted checkerboards on the Breacha Ram guy. Like the skull helmet on the rocket launcher dude, the squig with all of his little dynamites. Like I really like this squad. I like the painting style on it. Commando is definitely very, very, very popular in this contest for sure. Hey, this is Food Beats 4266 said, "Aye, that's me, sneaky boys." I love that so many of you are actually here on the stream and are able to throw in the chat while we're doing. That's super fun. All right, let's see. So our super chat goal ends in 1 hour and 18 minutes. We're at 11 out of 30. So for those of you keeping track at home. Okay, here is another round of squigs and orcs. This one, again, very cool. We got some photos of individuals, and then the photo of the army was out on a table, either getting ready for a battle or just after a battle. You could see we got us, a knob on Smash's Squig, or I'm sorry, the Beast Boss on Squigosaur. No, that's Mazarok. Mazarok Scragbat on there. You got your Beastie Boys. You got Battle Wagon. You got Gazgul himself. So yeah, bunch that were painted, a few that were built and added onto it. You could see the new 11th edition, layouts up there. It's pretty darn cool. Oh, Empire's 501st said those were my last wall army. These beakies just here, there. These guys, Empires. I'm assuming that's what it is because that last wall seems like a beaky thing. Awesome, love it. All right, moving on to another orc army. This one's super cool. There's some terrain there, including an old razorback as terrain. You see some looted stuff going on. There's a looted predator and a looted rhino. A bunch of death skulls, dirty, dirty death skulls in there. I love the use of the blue and yellow together, though. Kind of like a Bad Mooney Death Scully thing going on. Again, with the terrain, although if you look close, this terrain looks to be like home built or printed. It's not the just the Actarius terrain, like that cool archway there on the right. So love adding on the terrain. You can see a Big Mek with mega armor, some mega knobs. Yeah, all sorts of really fun stuff in this army. And look, right back there, there is a weird boy from Armageddon. Already snuck his way in there and appears to be painted. I believe that's a war track in front of him, too. By the way, guys, the Hot Work Summer Tumbler, it's got the little holder thingy on the straw so that you can't pull the straw out of it, which is really nice. But yeah, highly recommended. Kept my drink nice and cool the whole time. Azamak says quack. That gets us up to number 12. All right, moving along. Oh, this one was cool. I love this idea. So couldn't figure out a display board. Went outside to the pile of bricks and put the army all over the bricks. So rad. So stinking rad. Oh, Basement Gamer. I'm sorry. We just went past Basement Gamer. Right here. He said there are a bunch of Rogue Trader plastics supporting Gaz in my army. Finally painted minis from my 35-year-old collection. Let's go. That's awesome. I love that. There were so many people when you go and read their final entries and they're like, I haven't played Warhammer in forever. I went and found all my old orcs from 20, 25, 30, 35 years ago. I added, like, I finally put paint on them. I got them on the board. I added new orcs to them, like, so many times reading stuff like that. And it was so inspiring to be like, yeah, like, this is awesome. Like, you guys, you've loved this stuff your whole life, and it's just been living in a box when, like, now you've got all the joy that it brought you to bring it out and finally paint it, and now it's painted. You can have it on display, you can have it in your cabinet, you can, like, put it on the tabletop, like, oh, it's just the best. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Oh yeah, oh sorry, bricks. We're gonna go back to the bricks. Yeah, so bricks, here we go. We've got some trucks, we've got a battle wagon, you've got all sorts of different boys and squig hog boys and Mazrog up there and stuff. But again, I love the use of putting the army out on the bricks. And this one we had more than one shot of the whole army. And so I really had to, like, to choose. I went with this perspective because it showed you the bricks as well as, like, the trucks and the kill rig and the battle wagon. I really loved all the vehicles. Super rad. Hey, Otter's Pocket, thank you for that. The mushroom's springing up in the rockery again. Real Jazeer says, for my death skulls, I want to add in colors as if my boys stole stuff off of other clans. Absolutely. Like, that's how death skulls should be. All right. Next, we've got this. Okay, so this is perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for, right? Built your army, painted your army, put an army photo together where you could see everything in the photo. Super duper cool. So you got a squad of breaker boys, you got a couple of knobs, you got a whole bunch of boys for them to lead. You've got some storm boys, you've got some more storm boys. Oh, or no, you got some little mechs over there. Some of them appear to be some OG, legit, old school little mechs. You got some grots and a runt herd. Like, what an excellent little starter army right here. Hey, it's Dead Rough Blitzblast of my horde, Blood Axes, the Bloody Hand Tribe. Oh yeah, look at their hands. All their hands are bloody. Dude, that's sick. It's like Crimson Fist, but for orcs. Let's go. Blissful Badger says, I gotta go paint some boys. Hey, Deck Flame, thank you. I'm glad you are having fun in the stream. I'm having fun. I had a lot of fun setting it up, going through everybody's photos. And, like, really looking at the armies. And by the way, just for those of you that are wondering, we had 145 entries into the New Year New Army contest. So those are people that said, I'm going to do this goal and then had the finished thing. So there was more than that had, like, started, but 145 of you actually posted in the finished thing and completed the whole thing. So 145. And then there were 114 merch orders on top of that. So 259 entries total to win this box. 259. So, a 1 out of 259 chance, but obviously a lot of you bought merch and bought more than one merch thing, right? So you might have like a 3 out of 259 chance or something, right? But yeah, 145 of you alone just did armies, which is absolutely amazing. Tasivo said, this old git says, thanks for the inspiration to get back into the WA after 30 years away. Awesome. Love to see you guys back into the WA. Us old graybeards are leading from the front. Hey, Mojo Jordan, welcome, and Gabriel Bishop, welcome. Hey, you guys, you don't have to go back to the beginning or anything. As always, when we are done with the live stream, I post it to YouTube, so you can go back and watch it in perpetuity, or at least, as long as YouTube is around, you will be able to watch it and see all the cool stuff, which is super duper rad. Leave it up there. So if you miss the live stream or you can't watch the whole thing, that's fine. Okay, so this was another one. It was a whole army. There were all sorts of really cool individual shots. Unfortunately, no big overall army shot, which sucked because they had a huge army of really cool stuff. This is the Gorkanaut. I love the looted gun. You got this huge Lehman Russ like anti-tank gun, and then you've got the rotary cannon from a Beaky thing, and then some other guns thrown in there, so you have a bolter peeking out. So stinking cool. I love the change to the pose. Like, it is so hard to make Gorkanauts and Workanauts look dynamic, and this totally totally does it. So, of all of the ones, I had to choose this one just because it is so stinking inspiring and cool. I also love the lightning bolt camo thing going on there on the belly, and then the red checkerboards on the other side. Just A1. This particular Gorkanaut, I love everything about it. The conversion, the pose, the paint job. I just really wish I could have seen the whole army in one photo. All right, moving on. Here is another army, and this one is a bunch of horsey riders. I believe these are Death Corps of Krieg riders. They're the like demon horse things. You can see they got like the weird paw claw things instead of like horsey hooves. But that's really, really cool to see so many of them like this. I love seeing really, really thematic armies. That's one of my favorite things about seeing all the armies is when people really lean into something thematic like this. Like those sneaky beaky raptors we saw earlier, and then now with these, all of these Death Riders, like having an entirely cavalry Death Corps army is rad. DC Review says that's crazy. I painted one horse and decided to sell them off. Right? Yeah, it's dedication, absolute dedication to do something like that. All right, here we go with a squad of commandos. Oh, okay, I remember this background. This is another person. They did multiple squads, and the squads looked amazing, but we didn't get one overall army shot, so I had to just pick one shot. This is the commando knob and a couple of the commando boys. Really great paint jobs. I love the lips and the scars and stuff on the exposed skin on the ones you can see. And then everybody with masks has different mask styles done on them. And you got like they all kind of have blue jeans and then this like pip of red going on. Super duper cool. All right, here we get into some bugs. So this person did Tyranids. They got some Tyranids going on their army. They got the great big giant one there that spits some things, and then they got the Winged Prime, which is one that we had turned into a Now Bomb Smash a Squig on Every Kit is an Orc Kit episode 2. And then 3, I'm guessing, Lictors, because they got the big things. And those metal old school Imperial Guard that they are attacking, those are Colonel Schaefer's last chancers. So there's Colonel Schaefer up front, 3 of them behind him. There is a whole squad of, I believe it's 12, because it's like a dirty dozen thing. They are the most epic Imperial Guard minis ever. And when you find a whole set of them, you have to pay through the nose. They are worth crazy amounts of money, but they are so, so, so epically cool. Hey, it's Gagad. He said, those are my Dr. Pepper Nids fighting some last chancers. Heck yeah. Oh, yeah. And then the handmade clay terrain, too, which is stinking cool. So, yeah, super awesome. Thank you, Gagad. All right, moving on. We've got another orc army that was built. So again, this one, again, not a painting competition. It was a New Year, New Army competition. If your goal was to build, then build was your goal, and this is one of them. I will point out to you the Death Coptas. If you notice, they are on springs, so they go and they flap around, which is both equal parts hilarious and also useful because the Games Workshop flying bases are absolute trash and they break all the time. And then once they break, you never really get your copter or your whatever the model is back on the thing correctly to look any decent at all. So going with the spring is actually like really, really cool. You also see a tiny tank in there, which is also super cool. And then for some reason, one random painted giant goblin from I believe AOS, which is rad. All right, moving on to another army. This one was painted even too, and you've got a kill rig and a bunch of Def Coptas and a Def Dread and a War Boss in Mega Armor and Ufthak Blackhawk himself there up front. Squig Hog boys. This is a whole orc army. You got everybody there, which is super duper rad. Love seeing a full army like this. Yeah, I mean, this is what it's all about, boys. Like, look, you got Octarius terrain pieces back there, along with some of the L runes, and then some of those are the kill team, the terrain that you could take apart and put back together, the like cardboard stuff, which is pretty cool. See that nice little army? Hey, it's Gahul! He says, this is mine! Nice army, Gahul. That is a good size army, too. You got a kill rig in there. Yeah. And I mean, you gotta love seeing Wazdak. Or not Wazdak. Uftak. You gotta love seeing Uftak. All right, here we go. Is another one. This one was I believe, a build a combat patrol. And not only did they get it built, but they started painting on it too. It was the Dark Angels one. So that was always fun to see. All right, some more Orkies. So here you've got some kit bashes, and you got some cool orcs going on. Once again, you got some death skulls. Notice the mega armor knobs there are in Terminator armor, which is the OG mega armor. So that is always fun to see. Hey, it's guys 9473 says, "I mine." Check that out. Is that a big boss conversion up front there with the two-handed axe? And then look at all the grot bombas there in the background. Oh, those are so cool. Yeah, loving the dark, broody look on these death skulls. Super cool army going together there. Conversion's always a guaranteed way to get old Big Mek's attention. Hey, look, it's more of the stunty boys. We had a surprising number of people doing these as their army, and you know, as orc players, it's interesting that so many people are getting into the leagues of Votann. But it's been really cool to see so many different versions of this. Oh no, Pabiscus says, I hope YouTube does cut mine out with the ads. I am sorry to hear that. So when we do the live streaming setup, you can set up how often it plays ads, but you can't make them go away entirely. So I set it down to as minimum as possible because forget the ads. Other than the red ones go faster.com. But yeah, there's only so much you can do, unfortunately. Kryptonic 9317 says, loving your channel, dude. Just back to 40K after a while away. Last played in 5th. Orcs being in the big box brought me back. Good to have you back. And Will Moreno says, the competition was so fun. It really gave me a kick in the butt to get some stuff done. That was the whole point. Again, there's 145 of these photos to get through. I don't even know what number we're on. But I'm trying to, I wish you could sit here and gaze at all of them for a really long time, but we'd be on this live stream for 3 days, So we gotta do what we can do. All right, so here's another orc army that was all done up. And once again, as you can see, we got a bunch of painting going on here. There is a beast boss. There are some beast snagga boys. There is a breaker boy squad there. I see Mazrog Scragbad. I see a kit bashed Mazrog Scragbad, and then a original kit beast boss on Squigosaur. Looks like we got Wazdaka and Gazgul both there in the middle, which is super cool. Isn't it wild how much bigger Wazdaka is than Gazgul? It almost makes me think that Gazgul is going to get a different model. If only there was somebody that was right about orc stuff almost always. Anyways. Yeah, that blue squig rider in the back, that's the one I'm talking about. That I believe that is a Mazrog Scragbad like proxy, but like a kit bash. I don't know what it's kit bashed with. I'd love to see more photos of that up close. But that looks super duper rad. 1, 2, 3, 4, lots. All right, so here we go. This is another person that their goal was to get stuff built. And so here they've got their orcs getting built and primed. And as you can see, they got some cool bases going on there. So definitely making some good progress. I see a squig. I see some beast snagga boys. So maybe they did like the combat patrol. But yeah, getting stuff built, getting it added to their army. Nice little orc army here. Speaking of the combat patrol, that's exactly what this is. There are 20 beast snagga boys there, a beast boss on foot, and a squad of squig hog boys. That is perfectly the old combat patrol. And look at that, all done up, already painted, ready for the tabletop, ready to be reinforced by Armageddon. Hey, Real Jazeer says if you spend 1 minute per entry, the stream will take a mere 2.5 hours. Exactly. That's why we set the big goal. That's why we grabbed the Hot Works summer thing. Although I am out, I should probably go get a refill. Um, so you boys stare at the combat patrol here for a second. Everybody take a minute. I'm gonna go refill my drink, let my voice rest for a second, and we'll continue on. So yeah, intermission break. Wow, wake up, you gets, we're back. All right, guys. Everybody, come back from your intermission, and we'll get going on here again. Throw me a thumbs up or a whatever to let me know you're here. Everybody refilled their red squig and their hot orc summers. Yeah. All right. Seeing some life. Seeing some life spark here. If you haven't liked the video yet, go ahead and do me a favor and add a like to it. That definitely helps us, as well as our super chats. We are a 18 of 30 with 55 minutes to go there on the super chat. So if you were wanting to get in on that. All right, we got Nandanica back here, Draco's Dragon back here, Cobran / Tasivo back here. All righty. Sad Master, we started the WoW without you. You missed it all. All right, guys. Glad everybody's back. Let's move on here. So, hey, look, it's more orcs. Imagine that. There's more orcs in our more orc contest. Yeah, super duper cool. Here we got some orcs and some. Those look to be Terminators in the back. Are those Terminators? What the heck are those? Yeah, I got some cool looking orkies in there. Hey, OMG Pony says, welcome back. Thanks for having me. Freshly rum freshed. I like it. Yes, I can. The adult fungus beverages do work in the containment vessels. You know what I mean? But yeah, here we go. Cool little orc army. Once again, love all the different orc skin tone colors. I still think that just is the best look for orcs. It's so rad. All right. Oh, here we go. This was a cool collection. So this is, I was saying there were so many people. It was like, oh, I was into Warhammer a million years ago, and because of partially because of this, I came back to it. This is one of them. This person, yeah, had been into it all those years ago, got back into it. You can see some really cool old school things in there. Really awesome conversions up there on the shelf, including things from other armies as well as scale models. Yeah, super cool orc collection there. And then a big Wally as a Stampa, which is rad, which is super duper cool. I see the looted wave serpent down there. Yeah, all sorts of super fun stuff. I like the silver and red paint scheme too. That is unique, super cool. All right, here we go with another army full of orcs. These guys are some evil sons, or at least they're red, which means they're the right color. And yeah, you got bunch of boys. Look at that. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 boys at least there in the middle. And there's Breaka boys and looks like some Ludas and Burnas and yeah, Tank Bustas, Breaka boys, some Mega Knobs, some Grots. That is a huge honking army right there. That is a proper green tide, right? Nicely done, army. All right, here we go. Somebody else that chose not orcs, but hey, it's red, so we'll let them fly. These are the spiky beakies, chaos beaky guys. There is a walkie demon construct thingy in the back. I don't know, chaos stuff. Some Terminators, I know what those are, as well as a couple of heroes. I believe these guys might be the what are those ones the Red Corsairs? The ones that are supposed to be non-denominational chaos, which I think are actually really, really, really cool. I believe these guys are Red Corsairs. Which, by the way, I was going to try to convert the Beakies that were in Armageddon into Red Corsairs. Turns out they don't work so great because even though they're all sorts of different armor, they all have Primaris backpacks. And the one backpack that Red Corsairs do not have is Primaris. So yeah, they looked really lame. So yeah, I abandoned that idea. But these guys, super cool. Forge Feed, aka Chaos Dog. All right, so yeah, Forge Feed. Hey, it's John Taylor, 7721 says mine, and it is the Red Corsairs. Yes, woo, called it. Yeah, I love the Red Corsairs. If I was going to do a Chaos Army, and I have thought many times about doing it, it would 1000% be Red Corsairs because yeah, I think this looks sick, and not Death Guard sick, but sick. You know what I mean? Hey, moving on. This person's finally getting some paint on their launch box grots. So, congratulations to them. But yeah, for those of you that don't know, those are the second edition grots. Those were in the launch box. They are a funny little sculpt because they have an absolutely gigantic blaster that is like bigger than a bolter. Um, being held by a funny little grot that was almost the size of an orc boy. They're weird. They're fun. If you get your hands on one, everybody should have at least one in their army just because they're so wonky nowadays. But yeah, so much nostalgia, so much cool. Tell your friends about the red ones go faster. I like it. All right, here we go with this again. Everybody's entries were different. This one was I wanted to do a paint job to the best of my abilities, and this is the paint job they did on this really cool converted Chaos Terminator. I'm guessing like a captain or a lord. Notice that it's on the pile of Tyranid skulls there, along with one Tyranid that still has flesh on it. Got the Stormbolt through the power sword. Really cool black flames going on. Yeah, super sick paint job. And again, it's red. So even though it's not an orc, we're gonna let it fly because the red ones go faster. Again, you could have entered whatever you wanted. It didn't have to be orcs. Moving on to yet another orc combat patrol. Again, this was really popular. Commandos was really popular, and the Beast Snag Combat Patrol very very popular. But yeah, super cool here. You got your Squig Hog boys. You got your Beast Boss on foot. You got your Beast Snagga boys. Yeah, you got the whole combat patrol right there. That is the whole patrol built, painted, ready for the tabletop. Got to feel good. Now you got your Armageddon box right here, which this person could be the one that's going to win it. And they can add all of this to that combat patrol and have themselves an excellent army. In fact, I did a whole video on that. If you guys hadn't seen it, I want to say it came out on Wednesday night. Today is Friday. Yeah, Wednesday night, where I talked about all the different ways that you could build from Armageddon, but conversely, also building from the old combat patrol. So if you had this combat patrol right here and Armageddon, combine them together, you have 1,070 points before any kind of enhancements or upgrades. So that is an excellent start to an orc army. I know that aesthetically they don't necessarily go together. I think they do, though. You guys know that, Beast Snaggas are Scar Boys, and they are absolutely loaded to the gills with cyborg parts. And so if you do the paint scheme the same as your paint scheme as your Armageddon boys, they are going to look really great together. A lot of people get caught up on the fur and they think that they're just feral and they want to give them peg legs and sticks and things. And it's like, these guys all have chain axes, right? Like just like Corn Berserkers, they don't have just sticks and choppas. Yeah. So there we go. Another Orc Combat Patrol. Moving on. Moving on up. Moving on up. Okay, here we go with another Chaos Beaky army. This might be a 30K army. I'm not sure. The Rhino and the Vindicator and the Land Raider are all the new 40K style. There's also a random Necron in there. But those jump pack dudes, those Raptors, those are the old school 30K style backpacks. You've also got like Dark Commune there over in the corner with the Chaos Cultist, which I love, a good cultist. I believe you got Red Corsairs there in the middle. Looks like maybe some not Iron Hands. What are the Chaos version of Iron Hands? Those dudes there over on the right. Hey, Real Jazeer, thank you there very much. He says, Real Jazeer says, I am really seeing that you can mix orcs of any era and it just works. They do. They really do. We are one of the only armies that can pull it off. And like Gorik's honest truth, I really feel like our army not just pulls it off, but honestly looks best. Like if you have a wild menagerie of orc models from all sorts of different eras, they look amazing. Like they just do. It really sells that in-universe orcs being, crazy junk lovers that just, I don't know, man. It just looks so good. We totally get away with it way more than other armies do. But I think we don't just get away with it. We make it look good. Yeah, Iron Warriors. There you go. All right, next one. Here we go. Here are some orcs done up as Squig Hog boys on hogs again. I love this converted army. So for those of you that don't know, way back in the day, orcs in 40K had boar boys. You actually rode around on pigs. That was our original mounted cavalry. When they did the squig hog boys, they replaced the pigs with squigs. Now, squigs are obviously very, very cool, but pigs are also very, very cool. And so, yeah, somebody going through the work to put together these old school, those are the old badonkadonk boys there on those pigs to make squig hog boys, and then get some of the newer, bigger pigs to make the bigger guys in the back, your knobs, and I'm guessing like a war boss back there. And then the two pigs with the hitch and the wagon. I mean, just come on. How cool is this army? How cool is this conversion to like pull in the old school there, have the actual pigs, and then the paint jobs on them, right? I love the paint job on the pigs themselves. I love the big old school style back banners that have all been added onto these guys and scratch built. Yeah, these are super rad. Yeah, cyborgs, more boys. Yeah, this one definitely hit me right in the feels too. Squig Pig is just proof that orcs know spell good and someone just messed up the order. Right? They're squig pigs. Yeah, so this army, and then that one that we saw earlier that was all the old school metal goblin fanatics, the night goblins, like these two, man, absolutely popped out at me. All right, moving on to another army. This one's super cool. They got some built and got to some painting. Didn't get all the painting done, but that's okay. The painting they've gotten done so far is absolutely insane. So these are some of the monopose orc boys in Death Skull style and done in proper Death Skull style. Look at the one on the all the way on the back far left. How he's got the like Maui or the Rock Johnson style tattoo going up his arm in the blue. Looks super duper amazing. I love that the blue tattoo is like more vibrant. And then you've got like a true blue or an ultramarines blue for the armor. Super, super cool paint jobs here. New year, new porks. I love it. Otter Pocket. That was a great one. And then Dracos Dragoon. Old models are great. If you're going to lose a game, fill a sock with all that old metal and take out your opponent, and then you win. Dude, the Death Dread was the one for that. You put the old metal Death Dread, that was absolutely gonna get you to win a game of Clue, if you know what I mean. Like, just crazy. Squig Pig immediately thrust the image of Timon and Pumbaa distraction scene from Lion King, but it's a grot and a talking squig hog. Hold on, I gotta write that down. That's a shirt idea. Well, hold on, for real. Hold on. Timon, Grot, Pumbaa, Squig Pig, T-shirt. Thank you for that. That's Mac. When we get that made, shoot me a DM and we'll get you a copy. Right? I'd buy the crap out of that shirt too. I got to get one of my artists working on it immediately. Oh, that's too funny. Oh, that is fantastic. You guys, you don't know, like a lot of our ideas literally come from these chats and these interactions. That's where Hot Orc Summer came from. Like we were complaining about the heat, and someone was like, "Man, it's gonna be a hot boy summer," and I was like, "Yeah, hot boys like orc boys." And I was like, "Oh wait, hot orc summer? Like here we go. You can be a squig pig too. Woo!" Hey, this is Jehu's army, the Umi army, the Penal Legion. These are all of those Umis that did something wrong, like not finishing their corpse starch. Now they get to be corpse starch too. Yeah, super rad army there, Jehu. Love the way they turned out. I like the orange with the Penal Legion, right? Like it's the prison overalls, right? Then obviously there's a bunch of green, and green is best. That's why we let them in. Oh, and then a Necron army. Yeah, again, lots of cool armies coming out of the woodwork. A lot of you, like, legit are orc players, right? And went, hey, new year, new army. I have always wanted to get a different army on the battlefield, and like really took it to heart to do something else before Armageddon came out, so that your palate was cleansed and ready for orcdom. That's what I did too. Again, working on all of my sneaky beakies, which are very, very different than orcs. And yeah, this person did a really, really cool looking Necron army. And once again, I don't really know Necrons, but there's some Necron warriors. I know what those are. And there's some Necron lords, and there's some Necron destroyers, and then there's the big cool War of the Worlds looking dudes, and some scarabs and stuff. Super cool looking army. I love the neon green playing with that tealy blue color. Really looks awesome on the shelf and on the battlefield. Hey, look, it's some more Leagues of Oton. I'm telling you, it's wild how popular these are. And hey, look at that. That person got themselves the journal from DeRedOnesGoFasta.com, which again, old Big Mek actually uses here to write down his t-shirt ideas and his video ideas. It's an excellent little journal, red, so you can't miss it, because that's what I was doing is I would write stuff down and then I would lose it because it looks like everything else laying around here. So a bright red journal actually works. Yeah. So yeah, there we go. That is a really cool Leagues of Votan army. I know that the big one is a land something, land wagon, land battle wagon cruiser. And then the little one is a little one, because I have some of those to loot for some future videos. Of course, people like Votan. Squats are just grots with more hair and a better educational system. The Squigator or something. Yeah, there you go. Land Fortress. That's what I was looking for. All right, here we go with another Beaky army. Once again, we let it fly because it's red and the red ones go faster. But you can see there is a Gorkon out there and a Kill Rig and a Def Copta, along with a floaty Land Raider and a floaty Rhino, and some assault dudes with the jump packs, and then some Golden Boys. So clearly these are actually Blood Angels. Oh, yeah. Yes, Brad Hood, the notebook is awesome. It is available at redonesgofasta.com. It is not limited. You can get this all the time. The only limited thing we did was the original October merch, but when we redo the October merch for this year, it will then become unlimited, because I don't like having FOMO things, because FOMO sucks. You should be able to buy it whenever you want. The other thing I do want to point out to you guys, like real quick here on the merch, in case you haven't noticed, even though you can get all of our artwork as t-shirts and almost all of them as hats or mugs, every single piece of artwork has something unique that you can only get that artwork on, right? So the New Year New Army is the only thing that will ever have a journal. So you're not going to get a journal with Hot Orc Summer on it, because that is reserved strictly for more orcs. Conversely, Hot Orc Summer is the only one that's going to have these summer double wall containers, because that makes sense, right? So same thing with like we've got the full zip fleece hoodie, has the original The Red Ones Go Faster logo on it on the front and the back. That's the only one that's ever going to come in the full zip, right? So each and every single piece of artwork has a unique thing to it. So if you didn't want to just have a bunch of t-shirts and you wanted like different stuff, you could order that special item for each piece of artwork, and then you would have different artwork on all the different things, instead of like, I got 27 of the same mug. I mean, no judgment if you like mug collecting, and we definitely have a bunch to do, right? But if you're not, or you didn't want a bunch of t-shirts, you do have that option to get cool stuff that's actually useful, right? That has the different artwork on it. Otter's Pocket says, I have that full zip, needed to cool down so I can wear it again. Funny story. I got an order in the other day, like right before the cutoff for the contest. And it was a full zip hoodie and a regular hoodie and a beanie cap. And I'm like, this person's off their rocker. Like, what? It's 110 degrees everywhere in the world right now. Who is ordering all this fleece? It was going to Australia. And I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. They're cold down there, right? I need to think about that and have like, off-season merchandise for our south of the equator friends, So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to do a Hot Orc Summer like Aussie version or something like that, and then have it be like winter. Like it'll be, the orc sun's out, guns out, but he's got like the Santa hat too or something like that. So yeah. Oh, Ryan Hale says, "Can I get a Mordaka polo?" Dude, a polo shirt is a really good idea. We've never done a polo shirt before. That's something I will definitely look into. Just flip the artwork upside down. OMG ponies. Dude. I mean, you're not wrong, but that's messed up. I'm sure the Australians get tired of hearing that. See Tratus too, just print it upside down. Penguins need hoodies too. Oh, you guys are terrible. At least I can point to the chat and be like, it wasn't my idea, it was theirs. They did it. Their fault. Somebody let the grots loose. Oh, a squig kangaroo with a grot, Joey. That would be fun. I like that. All right, so here's another orc army. And again, I love this, right? You've got all sorts of different units on here. They're red, obviously, right? So the red ones go fast, the green is best. But you've got some conversions back there from the Blood Bowl set, like I was having people do. So somebody did some conversions there. You got a war boss, you got a bunch of old boys, you got some of the new boys, you got some grots. You got some sneaky commando guys up front. Do you see the camo cloaks going on those guys? The camo cloaks are super duper rad. Yeah, I really, really dig this army. This is exactly, the kind of thing I love looking at because, it looks like an army, right? Like you step back and you can tell it's all in the same force, but then you get up close and you really look at it and you see just how different everything is. Business route, refined, classy. Oh, he's coming for you, Yark. Armageddon is ours. Thank you, Bap Dap. Good to see you, my friend. Been a while. Gabriel Bishop says, I don't see no Mando orcs. The front right, they have the camo cloaks on. They're super duper cool. Love that add-on. I don't know if they were green stuff or like the glue and tissue or how they were made. But yeah, they're orc boys with the cloaks on and turn them into commandos, which is super cool. All right, next we got us another squad of commandos. These ones are Death Skulls with that sneaky purple camouflage. I like the addition of the purple camo, like body paint or tattoos going on too. Kimber Bishop, what? Where? Does an Aussie grot get sucked into reality from the warp first? Do a shirt with Zodgrot and Super Runts in the front with the tagline, "Who let the grots out?" Oh gosh. Oh, you guys. Oh, so this one was super cool too. So once again, this person they have this really cool display, but they took pictures of all the squads, but didn't really get like one of just the whole display. That artwork in the back, by the way, is from the special edition of Shoot His Blood and Teeth, which is an absolutely amazing platformer game. If you guys have not played that game, you absolutely should. Shoot His Blood and Teeth is one of the funnest games, period. And if you are an orc fan, doubly so. The Grots play it, they love it. They have beaten it multiple times. They love, like, they've gotten to the point where they do speed runs through it to try to beat it as fast as like Grotly possible. And then the soundtrack slaps. Like, so yeah, Shooter's Blood and Teeth, definitely an excellent game. But yeah, you've got a bunch of orcs here. You got a Baneblade conversion. You got a Daka jet. You've got an old school war buggy from the old Gorka Morka days. You got some kit bashed bikes. There's a looted rhino back there, looking like it might be turned into a kill rig. Dude, this thing is a rad. This is such a cool thing. Awesome job, Electric Zombie. Oh, hey, it's Electric Zombies Army. Dude, your army and your display kicks butt. I love it. Try to get a picture of like the whole display on the Discord for everyone to see to show it off because you got great individual photos of like each shelf. But yeah, like we want to see the whole thing. It's so cool. Yeah, that is definitely a looted Baneblade, real Jazeer. All right, moving on. So this one was another one that was built, and as you can see, this is Armageddon. So this person went, okay, I'm gonna build there. You can see some beast boys there in the back, and then a converted beast boss. But they waited for their Armageddon set to get in and put together a war boss and a mega track. And there's some bikers there in the back. You got the DACA rig. You got some boys. Notice the blue stuff gap filler being used. Got some grots, got the pain boy. So yeah, excellent start to a while there. Getting them built, getting them ready to get on the board. Okay, so we're in 1980 said that's my mom not purchased a starter set since 5th edition fantasy in 1996. Dude. Oh, hey, Bread Hood says they should release Shooters and Teeth on console. We do play it on a console. That console is a Nintendo Switch. But yeah, you can play it on Switch, and it is fantastic on the Nintendo Switch. So yeah, just FYI there. Chaos Warrior said had to start from scratch as I'm in a care home looking to be rehoused. Wish I could have put some paint on them, but the heat wave kicked my butt. Oh man. Sorry to hear about the care home and the rehousing, but glad you were able to get started from scratch again. And yeah, it doesn't matter that they don't have paint on them. They're built. Look at that. Like this box has been out for, what did it come out? The 20th? So it's been what, 13 days? 13 days this has been out. And you have the army right there, plus extras on the board. That's killer. That is something to be proud of. Oh, and Chaos Warrior says it's on Xbox too. So yeah, I guess everything but PlayStation you can play Shooters Blood and Teeth on. I have played it on Steam as well. That's how I've played it with Warboss Turbo. All right, moving on. We got us a Speed Freaks army. Yes. There we go. You got Wazdaka Gutsmech there up front, the Death Killer War Trike. You got all of the buggies, I believe. I see a Shocked Up Dragsta. I see a Boomdak Snazwagon. I see a Megatrack Scrapjet. I see a Custom Booster Blaster. I see a Recordrick Squig Buggy. I see Gazghoul himself. I see a bunch of Orc Bikers, a Kill Rig, and a Battle Wagon. Yeah, this is an awesome army. Love seeing all the buggies. Love seeing all the vehicles. Oh, Azimax says Shooters Blood and Teeth is on Xbox, Switch, and Steam, but it's only physically released on Switch. Yeah, for the Switch, you could buy it like on the game disc, and if you get the special edition version, it comes with that poster and some pins and some stickers. In fact, couple of the stickers are up there. It is an awesome game, guys. I like literally, you guys need to try that game. All right, here we go with another army that it was to be built, and here it is all built and undercoated with some green. Looks like we got a couple of kit bashed trucks, a kit bashed Def Dread, and a Wazdaka. Then you got a bunch of orcs and a whole bunch of grots. In fact, actually, I think it's all. Is that all grots? This could be an all grot army. I see a Stompa. I see a Daka rig. This is an all grot army. Oh, it's Hooligan Johnny. Says Dims me hooligans. Johnny's boys. Johnny, are these just grots? I see a couple of orc boys. I see a runt herd. I see a boy with like 2 pistols. And I see the Commando War Boss. But yeah, I'm not seeing many orcs. I'm just seeing grots, which, you know, the grots would all love. Awesome collection. Love the black and yellow on the Stompa too. Super rad. All right, here is another army. Once again, we've got some terrain and we've got some orcs. We've got a battle wagon there. You got some flash kits. Haven't seen those yet. Got Gazghoul, a Gorkanaut, couple of old school orc minis mixed in there. I'm seeing. Got the now old truck. And yeah, looks like a bunch of Bad Moons paint jobs on there. A couple of Goffs in there. Looking rad. That building in the back with the red, I believe that was the Fortress of Redemption or something like that. There was a huge set that you could do with those. Here is another giant orc army with the whole army in the photo, which I love. You got a ton of Def Coptas, few trucks, battle wagon, bunch of boys, bunch of grots. You got Boss Snickrot there up front. I see some beast snaggers. Hey, Tasivo says that's my boys. Wow. Oh no, wait, who was that? Kit Bashington right before this? Who we got here? We got Kit Bashington and Tasivo. Hey, Dirt Hermit. We missed you, buddy. Everyone wanted to know if you had entered there was a Blood Bowl Skeleton Boys squad. Everyone wanted to know if that was you. Oh, Kit Bashington said the Badman one was his. This one. This is Kit Bashington's. All right. He hasn't worn the 2 hats. Oh, is there a bet on me wearing 2 hats? All right, well, I'll make it happen. Ugh. There. Don't want to disappoint anybody. And then this is Tasivo's army here. Oh, Dirt Hermit says, yes, sir. The Tomb King's Blood Bowl team was yours. All right. So, yeah, everyone, you were right. That was Dirt Hermit's Blood Bowl team. So, you already missed it, sir. You'll have to go back to watch it. Oh, Hooligan Johnny says, mine was the Speedwa. Thank you, boys. Much appreciated. For those of you keeping track or just joining us, we've got 25 minutes left on the Super Chat. We're at 24 out of 30. Bruno says, damn, I just lost on Kalishi. But yeah, nice big orc army right there. Oh, here we go. This is a fun one. This was the only Tau entry, which is going to make Favorite Grot happy. You guys all know he's got a Tau army. He loves him in some big stompy robots. But yeah, there's a Devilfish there with the tank commander. You got a squad of the Pathfinders and a squad of the Warriors and a Crisis Battlesuit. I believe I have all those right. I love the red rim on all of the shield drones, and I love that the big one is inverted, that it's a white rim on a red drone instead. Like, that is such a cool little feature on there. Really, really, really like this army. Very White Scars-ish with the way the paint scheme came out, which, I don't know, just looks really, really cool. Oh, Loganical says, that's me. Oh, dude, well done. I love the paint job. What did you use for the white? This white is crispy. Flying tuna cans. Yeah, it's tough to get white to look good, and this white looks great. And the red just super, super pops on this. So yeah, it's super cool army. All right, now we got some more orcs. There's a kill rig there. It looks like we got us a printed battle wagon thing and a truck. And in the back there's some sort of converted or printed giant beast boss on Squigosaur looking thing. Monument Hobbies makeup sponge. Oh, cool. And yeah, there's some purple orcs there somewhere, I've been told. Some Breaker Boys. So yeah, this was, again, the goal was to get a bunch built. You can see the Armageddon box there in the background too. So clearly going to be adding Armageddon to this collection. Getting some boys built. Oh, here we go. This was another one that they had painted a bunch of different things, but we didn't get one good photo of the whole army, which was unfortunate because they were all done really amazingly. Look, check out the resin water, for example. They were all this beach theme. But yeah, you got Wazdaka Gutsmith there. I love adding the little grot on the wheeled squig from the Squig Hog Boys to go with Wazdaka. That's so stinking cool. Oh, LGT says, that's my boy. Yeah, dude, awesome looking. I love the beach theme. I love the resin water and stuff. You didn't give me the photo of everybody. We need a photo of everybody, guys. You got to read the instructions. I know reading is hard. We're orcs. All right, moving on to some nids. We got some bug army here in a bone color with some purple. And then I like the teal on the brains and all the brainy boys there in the back. So this is a themed this is a themed Tyrannid army, guys. So Tyranids wouldn't normally have just this loadout, and so to have all the different brain boys and then have all of these the little guys being controlled by them. But notice there's no like Tyrannid warriors, there's none of the big like Carnifexes and stuff like that. Like, it's just all Termagants and Hormagaunts and then brain boys, which is really cool. Ooh, Laganical says he's going to put the recipe in the Tau thread on the Discord. So if you want to know that crispy white, Laganical is going to hook you up down in the Tau thread. Oh, Fezzik, dude, yeah, we missed you with the Gorkanaut. Dude, that Gorkanaut is sick. That was my favorite Gorkanaut in the whole thing. It makes me want to chop up one of my Gorkanauts. That is so stinking cool. DC Review says, this is my personal favorite entry, is watching this guy post jealous as hell. This one or the last one? The Nids or the Orcs? Which one are you talking about there, DC Reviews? Oh, the Nids. Yeah, they're painted extremely well too. The close-up shots that they gave in the Tyranid section, super worth looking at. The spikes on the back, they have this like fade to them and these like patterns. Super duper duper well done. Yeah, I'm with you. Super rad army. All right, yeah, and then moving on to some more orcs. Here we got some more printed boys here. Got some big old orcs. Got some grots. Got a, I believe that's going to be a Boomdack a Snazwagon, given the grot bolted to the front. Although it's kind of giving custom Booster Blaster vibes with the dude in the back. So I'm not sure which buggy that is, but it's a wicked cool looking buggy. Physics says, "I'll try to get you an army shot in Discord. The lighting in my room stinks, though." Totally understood. Hey, Ben Merrill 2870 says, "These are mine. The first part of my Cult of Squig." I love it. Durham says, "Got my Armageddon beakies half built. Looking forward to trying these acrylic paint markers for badging." Ooh, yeah, nicely. Good idea. We got a bunch of the Army Painter paint markers. The Grots really like using them. I'm a huge fan of the silver one and the gold one. They are really useful. You can almost paint a Chaos Army easily with those markers. All right, this is another one where we got a squad going here. I believe they had more than one photo, but just not one of the whole army. These are some Tank Buster boys. You gotta love the hand painted checks on them. And then I love the mix of red and blue missiles. Like the red missiles go faster, but the blue ones are lucky. But the red ones outnumber the blue ones. It's like, well, we'd rather have fast missiles than good missiles. Very orky. Very, very orky. All right, then we got this cool orc army going on here. Got a some sort of scratch built or printed gargantuan squig off there in the back. A couple of flyers, a truck, some killicans, some bikes. Working on some flash gets, a bunch of boys, some squigs. You got a Red Gabo with the snowman there in the middle. Always fun add-ons to see him in, or any of the Red Gabos in there. Magalon 6406, my boys, my freebooter crew. Oh, these are freebooters? Nice. Look at this great big giant orc army here. You got a Stompa, right proper with the Stompa, the battle wagon. See a kill rig, a truck, Wazdaka Gutsmech. There's Ludas, there's Gretchen. There might be an entire codex here. I see Death Dreads, I see Gazgul, I see Mazrog Scragbad. I see the Armageddon guys. There's a big boss over there on the far right bottom corner, along with the new Pain Boy. Yeah, it's almost easier to list what's missing than what's there. I think a Gorkanaut or a Morkanaut is the only thing literally missing from this. Or at least only big thing. Man, that is so cool. Built but not painted, story of my life. Hey, you know, these things happen. Oh, but Jordan says the Warhorde is mine. Yes, yeah, don't get me wrong, guys. I love the kit bashing and the conversions and the paint jobs on the individual picks on the Discord server. That is absolutely what that is for. Like, so all of us can go look at them in high def, because obviously this is not high def on the live stream. The whole army shot was just so that we'd have something to look at together on the live stream. All right, so this person did this is a Inquisition army thing. I don't know if this is supposed to be for 40K or a different game or like Warcry or something like that. But they had great photos of all the little different individual dudes that are extremely well painted. And they got this one photo of the whole warband with the terrain and stuff, which is super duper cool. Because again, you didn't have to do 40K. You didn't have to do Warhammer. You could do whatever you wanted. So it was really cool to see this warband come together. Yeah, it could be Mordheim. Except for I want to say Mordheim was still on square bases, but I don't know what homebrew Mordheim is on. But regardless, really cool warband, lots of variety in it. I especially like the dwarf leader dude or brawler guy, and then the dark green robes on the scout. Here we go, some more orcs and some more Octarius terrain. Now I really like this. So earlier we saw Octarius terrain that was like pretty grim dark, and then all of the skulls and glyphs were done in white, and it really popped. This person did something very similar, right? Like all of the Octarius terrain is very grim dark. This one's more of a red than a black and silver, and then they painted the metal panel the glyph is on bright red first, and then painted the white skull. And this like it totally changes the look of it, and it's just super duper cool. So yeah, there's two different options on how to do your Octarius terrain and have it really pop, and be like grimdark at the same time. And then of course you got some boys there up front, bunch of different green tones on the skins, you got your browns on your leathers and stuff. Nice start to an Orkiwa. Oh, here's a nice little warband here. You got a Stampa. You can't not love a Stampa. The checkerboard skull, A1. Definitely love that. Battle wagon. You got some mega knobs. You got a war boss. Look at that. That war boss is from Armageddon. Not only did 13 days ago did this get this box and build the war boss, but he already got it painted and on the battlefield and then got his entry into the contest in those 13 days. That's Nacho Knight. Nacho Knight says, those are mine. Erlek Draka's crew. I was just about to start my first 11th edition game. I lost, but the Stampa exploded and killed a third of each other's army. So I counted that as a win. Absolutely. Anytime you can blow something up and take out a bunch of people, regardless of whose army it is definitely a win in the Orcs book. Does anybody know where we are on the 145 entries? I lost track at 4. All right, here we go. This is a not old world. This is going to be an Age of Sigmar army because it's on round bases, right? And then these are not Tomb Kings because Tomb Kings don't exist in Age of Sigmar. So they are going to be the Gashes dudes. So the Boner Boys, the Undead. I don't know what the heck they're called. I got 13 and a half minutes left, guys. 13 and a half minutes on the super chat goal. If we wanted to add a second one of these. Looks elvish. Soulblight Gravelords. There we go. Soulblight Gravelords, the Death Rattle Tomb Hosts. Yeah, really like the royal purple and gold treatment. Thought that was pretty cool. All right, look at this. Another Orkiwa. This, again, another old Orc Combat Patrol, the Beast Snaga Combat Patrol. You got your Squighob boys, you got your 20 Beast Snaga boys, and you got your Beast Boss on foot. Again, it's an excellent little start to an army, and I think it looks really awesome on the tabletop. This Grimdark paint job is way cooler than the White Games Workshop uses. I want to point out that not only does this look like a uniform army, right, but you could tell the individual squads. If you look, one squad has red furs and the other squad has black ones, right? But the whole thing still looks like an army, but it helps you tell those two 10-man squads apart, which is really, really smart. So yeah, these are the kind of ideas and things that you pick up on looking at photos of whole armies. That is what this whole kind of thing is about, right? Not only are we all getting our stuff built and painted and on the battlefield and on the display board, but that inspiration of looking at other people's it can give you ideas on what to do with yours. Yeah, Nicholas Bouchard, you are correct. It's got to be at least the teal one. I didn't click the button to allow all of them. That one was on me. But yeah, got to be the teal ones in order to count toward the 30 to get the second box. Again, for those of you just joining us, we have a super chat goal up there as usual. But the super chat goal this time is aggressive. It was 30 super chats of at least teal or better. And if we manage to do that, I was going to go down to the friendly local game store and get a second one of these and give away 2 today instead of 1. That's where we're at. So yeah, we got 3 more to go to get there in time. Bapadap TV with number 27 there on the prowl. Come on, boys, let's get some more plastic for Dawa. All right, moving on. We got us a squad of good old fashioned boys. You gotta love us some Donkadonk boys. Everybody loves them, Donkadonk boys. So there you go. Add that to the collection there. Got a power claw on there. Got a rocket launcher, and you can see right here that appears to be Gazgul's gun, if I am not mistaken. Oh, so this is another one that unfortunately got formatted kind of weird because it's not, cut in a proper form. But this is indeed a picture of a whole army that you could see over on the Discord. You do have those Beast Naga boys and then some regular boys up front too. Oh, you guys did it! Let's go. OMG Ponies and Real Jazeer in at the buzzer. We got it done. Tugbobo right down. Hey guys, just in from the tugboat. What are we doing today? Well, we are giving away not one, but two of these boxes because you guys just did 30 super chats in a row. So we can do a second one of these boxes. I can head on down to the friendly local game store, grab a second one of these, and we're going to give away two on this. So if you want to say thank you for that, definitely buy some channel memberships now that we're done with super chats and help spread the love so that we can pick a couple of winners. So yeah, if you guys want to help support, that's how you could do for the rest of the stream is add on some memberships. I would super appreciate that because the memberships do a lot more for the channel moving on than the super chats do. Because remember, even if you're gifted a channel membership, you can use it to get into the members only section of our Discord and stuff. Oh, Nindaka says, can we double the super chats for a third one? You know what? Bet we're on. If we can get 30 channel memberships before the end of the stream, two, let's yeah, we could do that. Leo Rodriguez 19 had 3 super chats out of the 30. That man is responsible for 10% of this right off the spot, right? So let's go, everybody. Clap for Leo Rodriguez 19 for that one. But yeah, if we get 30 channel memberships, we'll go. I don't know if the friendly local game store has 2 more of these, but if they do, we'll make that happen. Actually, I think the one of you that owns or works at or runs the game store back east, I think you've still got some more too. So I can get some in from the mail. Okay, but yeah, moving along. Yeah, Gabriel Bishop, you can absolutely membership. Draco Stragoon, it's okay. You do not have to afford even just watching, clicking like buttons, clicking hearts. All that stuff helps the channel always and forever. So yeah, by no means ever feel obligated to do anything else. I super appreciate those that can and do. It takes a lot to do these kind of things. I got to have extra crazy internet to be able to do these kind of live streams. We've got lighting rigs, we've got camera rigs, we've got computer rigs with super chats, and then like hosting the merch store. We've got to host the website. We've got to host all the stuff. We've got to pay the artists. Remember, all of these are made by real artists. This is not AI slop. This is not any kind of BS. And we pay all of our artists. And then like the Discord server, I pay for the premium Discord membership so that you guys can post unlimited stuff on Discord and you're not limited on your photos and stuff like that. Like all of that is all things that are run by the channel. So yeah, I mean, that's why those of you that can super chat and stuff, that really does help the channel out because YouTube itself doesn't pay anything. Like literally 95% of support comes from viewers like you. But again, if you can't, totally cool. Even watching, just watching, hitting a like button, hitting a heart button, always appreciate it. Always helps. Man, Real Jazeer, while I'm talking, sent 10 memberships out. Let's go. Look at that. Nicholas Bouchard, Heal Yourself, Idle Weirdo, Kitten CC, Josh Cool Money, Wilbur Wolf, Cadius Rex, Swablius, Trash Panda, Rip Ruchin, all got gift memberships from Real Jazeer. Super rad. That was awesome, man. Okay, back to these. Again, I got 145 of these entries to get through. Oh, this one made me laugh. It was like I didn't do my entry. I didn't get there. I didn't make it, but I still want to be in. I started gluing this together, and it's like literally the first 2 pieces. And you know what? Props for trying. Props for trying. Hey, OMG Ponies with 5 more memberships. Let's go. The Red Rough Blitz Blasted, George Kershaw, Mostly Ghostly, Solaris, Hobby for Health, all got in from OMG Ponies. Hooligan Johnny has joined up. Yeah, the AOBR War Boss is definitely still the best War Boss. All right, here's another squad of beakies that were done. This person did Terminators, including a Terminator Chaplain. I thought this paint scheme was extra cool, and Thunderhammers are always awesome. OMG Pony says, that's mine. I'm actually trying to finish it during the stream, and now it's 2 legs. So OMG Ponies now has 3 legs on his thing. For those of you keeping track, let's see if he can finish by the stream. All right. We got another army here. This one was in the middle of a battle with some knights over there. I believe Chaos Knights? No, only one has spikes. Maybe it's both kind of knights. I don't know. But we got a bunch of orcs out here looking good. And then I'm told there's some orcs in the middle, but I can't see them. Oh, yeah. Okay. So once again, this is the kind of army photo I'm after. I love this kind of army photo. I believe these guys are silver skulls, it looks like. I could be wrong. They could be a custom chapter, but dude, look at that. You got 3 different dreadnoughts there in the back. You got squads of bikes going on. You got the jump pack dudes that are the heavier jump packs, the Gravis armor dudes. And then you got like the heavy armor and Terminator dudes in the middle, and then you've got like your regular intercessors and stuff going up front. There's plasma guys, there's flamer guys, there's bolter guys. Like, so stinking cool. I love this. Otter's Pocket says, those are my Silver Skulls. Yes, I knew they were Silver Skulls. I love Silver Skulls paint teams. Those look super rad. Yeah, that is a ton of beakies. All right, here you've got some looted stuff. Look at all this loot. You've got the over there on the right. That's a battle wagon made out of the transport thingy from Necromunda, which is a really, really cool kit. So yeah, turn that into, I'm assuming, a battle wagon. And then you got a truck there on the left made out of the Goliath truck from the Gene Stealer cult. Hey, in the middle, look at that. There is a DACA rig. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks to be entirely kit bashed and converted, not actually the one from this box, which makes it extra cool. I see some truck parts on there. I see some Big Mek with mega armor parts on there. I also love the green skull painted on the face of the Death Tread. That is super rad. You never see that painted green. That is super cool. Otter's Pocket said the Silver Skulls are mine. Total models 127 models painted, 3,885 points, and now has more painted than unpainted. Let's go. That's what that was about. That was awesome. That's exactly what this contest was about, Otters. I am super glad to see that. All right, here we go. We've got another whole army on here. There is an ATST. I don't know if that is looted for the orcs or if it is doing its own thing. I think it's doing its own thing, though, because there is, to the back right, you can see some the golden dudes from Age of Sigmar, the Sigmarines, and then to the right of them is some Necrons, and then down below are some Eldar. So there's all sorts of different armies on here. And then the walls up front, that's the Imperial Guard walls that you can get, that you can rearrange. And there's like some guns and stuff with them, which are really cool. But there's also orcs. You can see the orcs. There's some yellow orcs. There are some primered orcs. There is a the War Trike on there, which is super rad. Here we got another Bad Moons army. Bad Moons and Death Skulls definitely representing in this contest. People like painting the bright yellow or painting the blue. We got Gazgul as a Bad Moon on here. You got a Big Mek and mega armor, some mega knobs, a War Boss and mega armor, some Storm Boys, Flash Skits. This is a really cool army. I like this army. This is a rad army. All right, moving on. Right, and cool battle mat. Oh, we got some Harlequins. This was unique. I think this was our only Harlequin entry. But yeah, somebody did Harlequins and actually painted them with all the crazy Harlequin paint jobs. Look at all the hand painted checkers and crazy patterns and stuff. This was a lot of fun to look at. I really like the Wraith Guard in the middle, especially the one with the faces painted on it. There's one that's just a mouth and one that's got the X's for eyes and stuff. And then you've got the troop, but there's also some like regular Eldar in there. You've got the warp spiders and the dark reapers, which is super fun. Oh, I loved this. Okay, bonus points. First of all, for getting the merch, right? Because remember, every piece of merch got you an extra entry, right? But then to use the merch as the backdrop for the army, just to like make sure, right? Make sure that I got it. I liked that. That was super on point. Yeah. Super duper rad. So yeah, I got the new army more orc shirt. And then yeah, look at the army. The blazing pink squig under the beast boss on Squigosaur is super duper cool. I love the blazing pink. And then yeah, all of your squigs are some sort of red, pink, orange, or purple. And then you've got all sorts of this cool like 90s retro blue teal color going on. Super rad army. I liked the heck out of this one. Once again, had bunches of photos of all the individual like squads. So if you go to the Discord server and look at the category, you can see all of these up close. And then we did get the one big shot for us to put on the stream as well, which is super cool. Oh, here we go. This was cool too. Once again, I was saying earlier that we had a ton of people in the contest that were like, "Yeah, I've been into Warhammer forever. I haven't done it in forever. This was my motivation to get it, dig it out of the closet, get some paint on it. Even if you didn't finish, like it's still better than where you were at." Once again, a bunch of old second edition boys here. You got the cool, crazy triple horn helms going on. Yeah, so a bunch of second edition boys coming out, finally getting on the tabletop, getting some green on their skin. I mean, you gotta love that, right? Getting them out, bringing joy to yourself, right? Like you own these because you love them. Don't leave them in a box in the closet. Like get them out, let them have some fun, let them breathe. So yeah, super super cool to see the old school as always. Oh, this was another good one too. So this person, they bought the stickers, which again we have two different sheets of these stickers that have 5 different stickers each on them. But they took the more orc sticker and they stuck it to their piece of terrain and then like varnished it and washed it and stuff to make it look like a uh like spray paint tagging, whatever going on, making it look like somebody had graffitied the wall with the more orcs, and then use that to make their grot army here. Which, by the way, look at the conversions in some of these grots. Look at the red gobbo with the hook, like A1. This right here is another one of those armies that just absolutely does it for me. I love the theming. I love the extra attention to detail. You got all the different green colors on the grot skins, but then everybody's got red on board still too. Like, yeah, oh, Pabiscus, this is you. Let's go. Pabicus, I love this army. I think this army is super duper rad. Yeah. Oh, he says that's a Gorka Morka orc at the front. Love how the sticker is used. Nice. Need to get some slightly smaller sticks. No, I love this, man. This is such a great army photo too. Yeah, for the revolution. All right, got some more orcs here done up in good old Evil Sons Red. Got a Def Dread and some Def Coptas and some boys and a War Boss and Mega Armor, along with a converted orc, Mega Knob from the Blood Bowl kit. This is the old Combat Patrol, the first Combat Patrol. So it was cool to see one of those making its rounds into the contest here. Oh, Babiscus says I forgot the full army photo. Yeah, I picked the one that was the mostly the had the most stuff in it and still had the more orcs in the back. All right, so this was somebody that did not an orc thing, but still green, and green is best, so we let them in. They did a Nurgle force for, I believe, Age of Sigmar. Again, brown bases. Excellent close-up photos of all this stuff. Look at the terrain that's home built with the resin, like pools with the pistules in it and stuff. So nerdly. Yeah. I love this army. I love the extra attention put into the theming and doing the terrain and stuff. That was super rad. All right, this is another person that the goal was to build, and build they did. You could see some of the Monopose boys. You could see some regular orc boys. And those of you that really know your orcs notice that the regular orc boys are indeed Age of Sigmar, or I'm sorry, not Age of Sigmar, Warhammer Fantasy Battle / Warhammer the Old World boys, which were compatible with our old Badonkadonk boys. So they were able to spread the love there and put those together. Hey, McFadden, thank you for that. Much appreciated. Oh, Nicholas Bouchard wants to know, what are these int-like characters? On the Nurgle thing, these guys in the back, I believe those are Sylvaneth Tree Lord things that have been converted to be Nurgle somethings. I don't know enough about Age of Sigmar, but I know that this is definitely a Nurgle army. Everything's got the 3 pistules on it, and these are like Nurgling um, uh, bases, and then those are like the heralds of Nurgle and stuff. But yeah, these are, I believe, Sylvaneth tree lords that have been converted to do something, which is cool. Gabriel Bishop says, "Nice, my shooters used on Old World boys." Yep, there you go. Old World boys with some shooters and stuff. So Gabriel Bishop getting some orcs built. Here we go with another orc army getting some progress going. This is an old orc combat patrol. Again, you got the War Boss and Mega Armor, you got a Def Dread, you got some Def Coptas, the Monopose boys, and then you got some regular old boys mixed in there too, some Badonkadonk boys. It looks like we got a nice base coat going. We got some black, we got some silver, we got some green. These guys are tournament ready. Honestly, they're ready to go for a tabletop. The dry brushing on here is very cool. You know, you could go further from here and really make them pop, but you know, this gets you on the table, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Great looking army. Oh, Gabriel's got that box because old Big Mek. Nice. Hey, McFadden, have fun back at work. We're going to keep looking at orcs because we got 145 of these to get through. All right, here is another army. Okay, so this one I'm not sure what we got going on. There's an orc truck, right? And then up front, there's some like runt herder looking humans with some Dark Eldar doggies. And then there's like some regular humans. And I don't know what this army is, but I dig it. There's like Mechanicum and Necromunda and Orc. And I don't even know. I don't even know. But it's an army and it's together and it's painted and it's cool. And that's what matters. Azamek says Chaos Cultist. Yeah, maybe. They're all like kit bashes and conversions and stuff. Like I couldn't tell you what they're supposed to be other than cool. All right, here is another Beaky army. These are Space Wolves that got built and painted. I believe this person had 2 whole army photos too. There was one with like painted stuff and unpainted, and then one with just the painted. And again, I flip flop back and forth on which one to do. And I decided to go with the fully painted one because I thought that they got so much done and it looked so awesome. You got like a squad of Grey Hunters back there. You got some Terminators. You got a bunch of the characters. You got some wolves. And then with the snow base looks really rad. Oh, Jay Hughes says that last thing was War Games Atlantic The Damned. Oh, so it is like Chaos Cultists. But yeah, so we got some cool Space Wolves here on this one. Hey, look, it's another old world army. You got some orcs and goblins. You got your big brick of goblins, your big brick of Ard boys. There's a goblin fanatic or two. There's one pig rider, the giant spider, the squad of pig riders, and the doom diver catapult there on the back right. So yeah, let's hear it for the square bases, man. You gotta love square base army. Yeah, the giant spider is awesome. Yeah, Old World is the new 40K. I would totally play Old World. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm gonna be so broke buying Old World. Like that new army that they just announced with the Chaos Knights and that massive dragon. Ah, it is so cool. So stinking cool. Yeah, and yeah, you gotta love the Goblin Fanatics. One of the coolest sculpts of all time. All right, here is another orc army. I love that the army was shot on the painting desk. I thought that was extra cool. But you got a bunch of boys on here that you could see. There's some squiggies. There's a couple of conversions, it looks like, and some vehicles and stuff. Very cool army. Once again, you got a variety of green tones going on here. The black armor is dead Ard. So yeah, great start to some work done there. All right, this person again, I believe they posted photos of a bunch of different squads, but not a whole army. So I picked the one that had the most figures in it. These are Chaos Raptors. Notice the barbed wire that was added on to all of them, which is really cool. But yeah, once again, had great photos of all the different builds, just not an overall. All right, this person did some building. You got a squad of Breaka boys there, and a squad of regular boys there. And then over there on the left, there are some Grots and some Squigs. All right, so this was somebody. They said they'd done their goal. This was their goal, and their goal was to, I believe, it's a battle wagon proxy or kit bash, not a proxy, made out of a Rhino or a Razorback with battle wagon parts. Right, that is the claw, the def rolla, the cannon, right, all of the extra parts from a battle wagon. They really wanted to get this built and painted and totally done for their army, and they did, and that's excellent. That's what we want. Again, you got to pick your own goal. You got to do what you wanted to get there. We were just the encouragement to get there along the way. And this is an excellent looking battle wagon rhino thing. Super duper cool. Hey, it's Ryan Hale 9842 says that's by Rhino Wagon. Very nicely done. I'm loving that you got your goal done. All right, this person started working on painting their beast snaggas. Didn't get many done, but what they got done, very cool looking. I love the crazy eyes look on this one. Almost like he's kind of half psychic or something. And all the different colors used on the furs and leathers and stuff. That's what I've done on mine. Is they're all just different colors. I literally picked a different random color for each and every single boy, and it looks way better. Okay, this was impressive. This person did a knight army, and this is their knight army over the course of the contest. So there are some absolutely massive knights. I believe the one in the back right is a Forge World, like an actual Titan, too. But yeah, you got 3 of the giant knights, 1 of the new medium knights, and then 5 of the baby ones painted and 2 more built. That is a wild army to get done in 3 months. This is crazy. Absolutely nutter butters. Like what? So stinking cool. All right, here's somebody that wanted to get their Beast Snag Combat Patrol built up, and they did. They got their Beastie Boys and their Squighog Boys and their Beast Boss. And you can see they added a squad of Grots and a Runt Herd to that army. So excellent job getting them out on the battlefield. All right, Bapadap, have fun at work. Hey, look, it's another thing of the squats, man. We really like squats, apparently. I was shocked there was more squats than Imperial Guard. Like, yeah, we really like the squats. Super duper rad. I really like how these turned out. They're almost like this coppery orange and gunmetal look together. But yeah, you got a couple of the land fortresses. You got a couple of the smaller buggies. You've got one of the new floaty buggies, some floaty trikes. Like this whole army is wicked cool. Kin, then Daka wants to know how many photos left. Again, I don't have a countdown, and if I try to like back out to do anything, like the whole thing shuts down. So all we can do is like keep going through. But we had 145 entries, plus 114 merch orders. So we have 145 pictures to go through. Orcs and dwarves go together, so it makes sense. And Votan are a good opposite orcs. Yeah, they really are. All right. Next, we got us some grots. This is a fun little grot army going together here. I love the grot banner on the front right. And then the Yarick, the old Baelai in the front. I mean, come on. This is just so good. I love that one of the bases in the back is just an orc arm coming out of the base, like it's just a choppa. Like there's a whole line of these bases that are just orc arms. This is a really, really, really cool army. HR Welch says, I'm back. Did you show mine yet? I have no idea because none of these are labeled. The blue grots are the Death Skull repair crew for on home base. The others are Blood Axe grots that go into the field. Grot Nassar is a runt herd stand-in. The arms are markers. Oh, super cool. Mark Ovander Spec 9476. That is his army. Very cool. Where did you get the grot banner, or how did you make that? That thing is rad. I love the grot banner. All right, got us another Beaky army. And look at this. Those are second edition Beaky Space Marines back there in the back left. Versus second edition Grots on the right. And you know, I recognize those tents. So there's only one person this could be. This is Shady Snake's army. Shady Snakes is the purveyor of all things old and rare in Warhammer. Yep, there he is. Dismine, second edition Marines and fifth edition Marines versus second edition Grots. And fifth edition boys, really. Yeah. Super duper red. I love the OG to Red Gobbo there in the back leading it on. And those are the original tents from the Gorka Morka set. All right, we got us another Chaos Army. This one with the older school Defiler. And then over there on the right, that's the new Chaos Demon guy that's not Vashtor the Arcaphane. He's super cool. I really, 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 really want to paint that. Oh, Probiscus says they are Station Forge 3D prints. I had them in mind too. Oh, cool. Yeah, got a cool sneaky beaky, or not sneaky beaky, spiky beaky force in here. Love Vashtor. That's such a cool model. Right, Jade Cat Minis. Isn't everyone's army super awesome? Here we go with some more orcs. We got some painted grots and some painted orcs and some painted killicans, along with some new orcs getting built. Adding on to the size of this wall, you can see some commandos in there. Super fun looking army. That tumbler, it looks like it doesn't say Hot Work Summer on it though, so you might want to change that out. Oh, Commander has a new shirt idea. Orc wearing a wizard hat singing Orc was precisely what he means. Hold on, let me write that down. You guys are on fire with the merch ideas tonight. Orc wizard was two. Good one. Write it down. Write it down. Yeah, Physic, I'm with you. It is amazing how much cool stuff came out of. Oh, Ryan Hale says, don't forget to write down polos. You're right. I did forget. I need to write that down. Polos is a good idea. All right. Here we go. Some more orcs. I super loved this one. Notice in the back right, there's some space marines. It's orc commandos disguising themselves as space marines, which like what? People are gonna shoot at space marines. Like that's the worst. So orky. This is so orky. I love it. So one is like a cardboard cutout being held in front of him. The other one's in a barrel and then has the beaky helmet on a spring on the top, which is just so fun. Andrew Fishman said, "Lads, I think there's an imposter in Demek's chair. That Met can write. I'm not writing. I'm drawing a picture." Yeah, Dale talking orc football jumpers would be awesome merch. I have been trying to make that. It's been really hard finding a merch partner that can do it and do it well. They kind of right now you can only get them in a white, and then they print stuff on top of the white, but that's not how football jumpers should be. They should be in the color, right? So yeah. Anyways, T-ball pitch, but still a home run. Yeah, this army's super cool. Love all the different reds on the squigs. Love all the different greens on the orcs. Love the commandos in the back. Yeah, that Beaky was definitely on Reddit. All right, here is another Death Skulls army. Got a bunch of trucks back there in the back. Looks like some kit bashes and some loots going on. Got some Death Dreads. Got a War Boss up front, some squads of boys, and a Big Mek with shock attack gun. So yeah, once again, the blue also really, really, really working with the orcs these days. All right, got us another Speed Freak army. This one's got some 3D prints or kit bashes in it. There's like a 50s Chevy truck there being a Rucka truck, and then there's this really cool double engined hot rod thing, and a shock jump dragsta and something else. You got a bunch of Def Copters, and then the really wicked World War One plane being a Dakajet. And notice once again the smart ones that put the merch in the photo to make sure that like I remembered that they got extra entries. Very, very cool. Very smart. Definitely dug that. This is a super cool one. Hey, it's Sneaky Git. He said, "That's my Speedwa. Still working on more kit bashes and scratch builds. That's my biggest passion." Awesome. We love the kit bashes and scratch builds. Obviously, you do too. These are super rad. Love the big World War One plane. All right, here is another big old orc army. Hey, speaking of kit bashes, there is some looted tanks in there. I see a Lehman Russ, and I see a Rhino, and I see like a Predator looking thing, and a Chimera, or not a Chimera, a Basilisk. You got the Octarius terrain. You got the big skull. What is that thing called again? The Big Ed Boss Bunka, right? Got all the different buggies, including old school buggies from Gorka Morka. You got a Stampa, a Gorkanaut. Like, this is an army right here. This is super duper an army. Ooh, Jared Rough Blitz Blastus says do a looted tank competition. If Games Workshop adds looted tank to our codex, we are absolutely doing a looted tank competition. For sure. For sure. Speaking of blue boys, here is some blue Imperial Guard. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be. There's some guys in the heavy weapons teams up front that look like Morty and Iron Guards, but I also noticed that a lot of these weapons teams and stuff are 30K stuff, Horus Heresy, not 40K, but there's Ogrins and stuff too. So I'm not real sure, but it's a super cool army. You've got all the different kind of Lehman Russes back there, Chimeras. You got the big giant artillery. You got the medium artillery. You got that wall going on. These are some really sweet Imperial Guard guys. Yeah, Lucky Umis. Gabriel Bishop says, if I win the drop here, I'm going to bash piles of beaky bodies for bases. I love it. I love it. All right, here are some more orcs. These, I believe this person's goal was to get things built, and so the paint was a bonus. But once again, you see the Beast Snaga boys, as well as a squad of the Breaka boys added. Well, I guess they're tank busters. I see the rocket launches. All right, so remember how we were talking about creative? This was another one of the super duper creative ones. This person kit bashed all like trash hammer stuff, which is where you use a bunch of random regular household things to make your Warhammer stuff, because that's how I used to do it back in the day. I mean, there is literally a white dwarf that has an article on how to make a hover tank out of a stick of deodorant, right? Like that used to be not only accepted but celebrated part of Warhammer. I love to see that it's still alive and well. So this is a bunch of Warhammer bits and random things used to make a Death Guard army. So you can see there is the Death Guard flying drone thing. There's the Death Guard, like their specific tank that has the indirect fire cannon in the back of it. And then you've got a couple of characters there made out of all of the pieces. So yeah, super duper creative there. All right, this one was fun. Once again, this person, I got photos of all the different squads, but no photo of the entire army. I did, however, get a photo of their cosplay along with a grot. Moments after this photo was taken, the grot, then totally offed the person and took off with the army, which is why we didn't get a whole picture of the army. So yeah, good job, grot. All right, here we got a close-in shot of some boys and a Big Mek that was added to somebody's army. Super cool, grim dark vibe to them. The guy has 12 minutes average. Ooh, here we got some Breaka boys and some tank bustas all done up together. Really, some Ludas there in the back. I love how scratched up the armor is, the armor plating, and how just orky that looks. Like the double fist guy, especially. Like, notice how the collar armor around him is like super duper scratched up, even like compared to the hammer dude on the front right. Like, it just really, really sells like what he does. Yeah, super rad couple of squads there. Here is another Speed Freak army in red. Look at this one. This one's entirely done and painted. And it is all red and white. You got Def Coptas, you got a battle wagon, you got some trucks, you got Def Killer War Trikes, you got bikes. There's some Meganovs. This thing is wild. Such a fun army. All right, we got us some Squig Hog boys and some Beast Snagas along with Zodgrod Wort Snaga here. Got paint on most all of them, which is excellent to see. Hey, it's another Nurgle army. We got a great unclean one there in the back that appears to be a kit bash or a scratch build of some sort with the very creepy teeth in the belly, along with a squad of the Chaos dudes up front there, your Death Guard Marines, and a Chaosified Rhino. This person did their collection in their carrying case, but you could see some battle wagons and trucks down there in the bottom. There's Gazgul there in the middle with a Mazrog Scragbad and some Met guns. Up at the top is the new add-ons that haven't been painted yet. You got some boys and some Beast Snagas down there in between the middle and the bottom. Oh, that's Bread Hood. Says that's me. Just moving on to Space Marines. Oh, the Nurgles. Bread Hood did the Nurgles. These guys are Bread Hoods right here. Yeah, I like the darker green with the copper trim on the Nurgle. That looks really cool. And then all the scratch building flourishes of adding the all the fun nurgly tentacle things. All right, there is another Bad Moon's army of. Oh wait, no, wait, that's Beakies. There is some Imperial Fists. Got the Centurions. Got the big old Dreadnought back there. Got a bunch of heavy Gravis armor. Very cool. Hey, that's the Commander 5643. Those are his. Very well done. Love the yellow. Hey, speaking of yellow, there's some more Imperial Fists. I mean, Bad Moons. There are the Bad Moons there. So those are some boys, some of the Monopose boys, all done up. And then moving into some more boys. Once again, we've got a bunch of different green skin tones. I mean, like, seriously, just take this in for a second. Take it in for a second. Every single boy here has a different color green, but it all still looks like the same army. I love this. It really accentuates orcs and how every orc is different, and every orc, like, you could just make the army look so cool by doing this instead of doing I'm going to do the same color on all the guys. No, this is what you want right here. These guys are awesome. All right, got us another orc army that got built here. You got the good old-fashioned Assault on Blackreach Warboss there up front. You got a squad of Tank Bustas and a squad of Breaker Boys and a squad of Ludas and bunch of boys and Death Copters, Gazgul himself, some Killicans, and a Gorkanaut. Hey, Mortis Gang 270 says, that's me. Let's go. Got the old school and the new school representing in there. Hey, it's another Necron army. Surprising number of these that were entered as well. Once again, you got the metal and the lime green. There's some warriors, there's some scarabs, there's some destroyers, and there's some taller dudes. Hey, that's Savmaster's Necrons. Awesomely done, Savmaster. Love the Martian faces, too. All right, got some more Death Skulls. Now, I really like these Death Skulls because the squigs are blue instead of red, but they're a different blue than the blue of the armor. I thought that was really, really cool. But yeah, you got a Warboss and Mega Armor. With this one, you got some Grots, you got some boys, you got some squigs, got some Burnas. Super fun army there. And here we go. Once again, there's somebody that in 13 days, or not even 13 days, they only had 10 days because you had to get these photos in by the 1st. So they had 10 days to get their Armageddon box built. And they got Armageddon there in the back. You can see the Dakarig and the Bananob and the Warboss and whatnot, and the Weird Boy. And then up front, you've got Commandos and Breaker Boys and some Tank Buses. So super cool getting their Orkies built. Here is another army of, we got Grots up front and some Squigs and some Tank Busters. And then in the back are some Beast Snaggers. And then we got another army of Tyranids. These ones are like a dark coppery color and some blue or teal. Very cool looking collection. Lots of big bugs, really big bugs there in the back too. Man, it's hard to know the scale on some of these without seeing them next to other ones like this. Some of those Tyranids get huge. And then, hey, look, just what you need when you have a bug infestation is a couple of Beast Snagga boys. They'll go in there and snag them beasties. ODC Review says, hey, this one is mine. About a 10 of these guys off a guy on your Discord. Need to get them painted. Seem to be right to get them from the same Discord. High Fleet Hallowtide. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like the Halloween feel. Nicely done, DC Reviews. And hey, we got another Eldar army. This one is a combined force. You've got regular Eldar along with a couple of Harlequins there in the back and a couple of Dark Eldar. So this is cool, like a combined forces, spiky ear, pointy ear army. Got the old school BL-TON. You really don't see those a lot anymore, but you got Wraith Lords, Wraith Guards, some Dire Avengers, a Falcon. Then you got the the Harlequins there. I see some Howling Banshees. And again, some Dark Eldar Raiders, couple of characters, Squad of Guardians. Once again, love the inverse. Notice that the Guardians are bone with a green helmet, and then the Wraith Guard guys are green with the bone helmet. Then we got somebody that started building their Armageddon box over their 10 days. Always cool to see that. Then we got some blue orcs. So these are orcs that grew up on an ice planet or a really cold star or a blue star or something like that. So their skin, their chloroform turned blue. And notice that you've got Skeletor there in the front is amazing. How Gazgul isn't the Skeletor, I don't know, but the Skeletor is awesome. You gotta love the Skeletor. Wunty 8 says those are mine. Dude, Wunty, these are amazing. Skeletor definitely wins. Skeletor is awesome. I really like the blue on these guys too. They actually look really sick in blue. All right, got us another orc army. We got some beast snagas and a couple of kill rigs. 2 kill rigs, man. That's wild. Truck, you got the new Wazdaka Gutsmek. You got Gazgul himself, some commandos. Super rad army there. Got some more Beast Snagga boys here, some Squig Hog boys. Obviously, again, lots of people working on the old combat patrol, which is super smart, getting that done. Not to mention it brings your Armageddon army to over 1,000 points. And we're done, boys. We are back at the beginning. That was all 145 armies. Wow. How about that? That was absolutely crazy pants. That was nuts. So yeah, 145 people entered and actually finished the contest. Whether or not they made their goals, they actually, posted what they had finished, which was absolutely awesome. And then again, 114 merch orders, so 259 total orders. We did get our 30 super chats, which was amazing. We did not get the 30 memberships, but that's okay. I super appreciate all of the extras on there. It helps support the channel, helps us grow and keep moving forward as we inch ever so much closer to 10,000 subscribers. 5 digits, which is wild. The DC Reviews was able to paint his company heroes in the span of the live stream. I'm glad somebody got something done. I just got a tired finger from like clicking the next button and a voice that's ready to go out. All right, so all that's left here is to actually give these away. So if you haven't clicked the like button yet, make sure you've clicked the like button. If you haven't done a heart or something, make sure you do a heart or something. If you want to do anything else extra, call somebody out for their amazing army, congratulate everyone on entering, whatever the case may be. Now is the time to do it because all we've got left is to give this sucker away. And I got to figure out how to clone this too, because we're going to give away 2 of them. So what I've got here is the list of everybody who entered. I've got all of them written down. But what I've done is I put them into a spreadsheet with all of the orders. And then every single entry has a number assigned to it. I don't have a 259-sided die, surprisingly. So I can't just roll a dice for it. So I've got a random number generator up. So we're going to click the button. It's going to generate a number, and then we're going to look at the spreadsheet and see who that is. And then we're going to go from there. So while everybody is posting their congratulations and stuff, we will make that happen. So leave this out of the way. And once again, if you want to support outside of channel memberships or anything like that, there's always our merch store at theredonesgofaster.com where you can get your Hot Work summer gear or your new Army War ORKS gear. that is definitely how we are moving forward with everything, especially as we inch ever so closer to getting our copyright and trademark. We're next on that, boys. That is the next big push. Hopefully, we have our answer literally within weeks. So let me get random number generator. Get the spreadsheet up on there. All right, guys, drum roll, please. And we got number 49. And looking at our to the clicky here. And we've got Kit Bashington. Kit Bashington, you have won Armageddon launch box number 1. So that was entry number 249. Kit Bashington. I don't want to lose this. I'm going to write this down in the big book here. So Kit Bashington, and then we're going to reset. I got to take out number 249. So it'll be 258, but like not having that number, so that we can do box number 2. So they reset that. Kit Bashington said, first thing I ever won. Dude, congratulations. And you were on here to see it. Let's go. That's super awesome. All right. And okay. Got rid of that one. And drum roll, please. 27. And looking on our thing, and we've got Pobicus. Am I saying that right? Pobicus. Pobicus? Pobicus? You're on. I just saw your name. You're right there. Hibiscus. Pobicus. You were winner number 2. Poor guy. Wait, who said poor? Yes, Dabbit Studios. Kit Bashington won the first one, and Pobiscus won the second one. I haven't seen it. I saw him post, but then he didn't. Did he figure out he won yet? Oh, Nicholas Bouchard. Hey, at least you got a channel membership. You got something. What do we got here? Pobiscus hasn't posted again. Does he know that he won? Somebody poke him. Oh, what number? 27. Pobiscus was number 27. So 249, the first one was Kit Bashington, and 27, the second one was Pobicus. What? No, roll again? Do you not want it, Pobiscus? Hold on, guys. We might have to roll again. Pobicus says no. He's just here for the fun. You really want me to re-roll this? All right, Pobiscus, if you don't want it, I'm going to give you an option, though. I can either re-roll and give it to somebody random, or if you wanted to pick somebody to give it to, I'm down with that. Let me know what you want. Oh, you said on Discord if I win, roll again. Dude, that's awesome. I appreciate that. I'm sure everybody else does too, but is there somebody that you've seen here today that you'd rather have it? Do you have a favorite army? Do you have somebody in the chat? Let me know. I am erasing you. I'm erasing Pobiscus. You want to tell me, give him a chance to think about it. And then if he's got someone to send it to, we'll do it. And then otherwise we'll re-roll. It's okay, Pobiscus. Take your time. I see that you said you're delayed. Dabbit Studios, what's the second prize? There was no second prize. The second prize was we ended up giving away 2 Armageddon boxes. Not 1, 2. Got to start painting some blue gets for better luck on the next contest. Hibiscus, do you want me to give it to somebody in particular? Or do you want me to reroll? He's 9473. I didn't paint my whole body blue today. Oh, got an ad right as you said it. Oh, that's terrible. YouTube, why would you do that? Why would you run an ad right as we announced the winner? That's awful. Whoever wins needs to name the boss Babiscus. I like it. Yes, Dabbit Studios, there is a second box. Babiscus won it, but he said reroll. We're waiting to hear from him on whether he truly wants a reroll or he's got somebody like in the chat that he wants to send it to. We're going to give him about another minute, and then we're just going to re-roll it. No, Jehu, not another limited tank situation. Babiscus has already said he doesn't want it. He had said on Discord, too, that if he won to just re-roll. But I rolled 27, and Babiscus's name was next to 27. So, but yeah, we're waiting to see if he wants me to do a true re-roll or just pick somebody. Andrew Fishman, I'm going to pay 1,000 purple boys. You won't see the next contest. I love it. All right. Well, I'm not seeing Hibiscus post again, so I am going to Nindanka. You're actually number 1, and I know that because I have the on the big screen here in the back that we run the chat program on. I've got my spreadsheet up, and Nindanka is actually entry number 1. So and that was for your painting entry. I don't know if you bought stuff too, because the things that you buy aren't connected to your screen name until I go and click on another screen. But you're entry number 1. So you're number 1. So if I roll again, we get 1. Oh, Babiscus says Sniper Hank. So Sniper Hank is the winner for the great kit bashes. It's Sniper Hank. Hey, I know that guy. Okay, we will take it. We will call that official right there. You guys saw it. Babiscus thought about it. He wants his box to go to Sniper Hank because Sniper Hank had great kit bashes. I'm totally down with that. I think that's a rad way to do this, to do that second box. So let's go. So Kit Bashington, Sniper Hank, you're both right here on the chat, so you know that you've won. No one's got to tag you again, but can you guys get on Discord and DM me your addresses so that I can ship you this box? Obviously, the post office is closed tomorrow, but I want to get these out right after. So get me your addresses ASAP so I can get you your boxes, boys. Okay. So let's go. Once again, the winner, number 249 out of 259 was Kit Bashington, and number 27 out of 259 was originally Babiscus, but he chose to give his box to Sniper Hank. And again, those entries were 145 entries that were the free ones through doing the New Year New Army, and 114 were from merch orders for 259 total. So that was really, really cool. All right, boys, that gives it away. That was the final thing. I have been on this chat for absolute ages. It's been over 3 hours, I want to say, that we've been doing this. So yeah, my voice is trashed. I've got to go run to the friendly local game store and buy another box right now before they close. So that's super duper cool too. So guys, if you could throw some love out there in the chat or over on the merch store, I would super well appreciate it. Once again, round of applause for both Kit Bashington and Pobicus. Pobicus ended up giving his box to Sniper Hank. So super rad. We got winners there. And then 19 of you got your channel memberships, which was really awesome. A bunch of those, at least 15 of which were gifts. So that was super duper cool. We got to hang out for 3 hours on a Friday. Yeah, couldn't have been cooler. Could have been more fun. I loved these armies, guys. Again, if you want to see these photos, go to Discord, look at the final entry category. So many people posted like more photos than just the big photo of their army with close-ups. All of the pictures are in high res. Definitely go take a look at that. There is so much cool stuff to see there. But yeah, thank you again, one and all, for joining the contest, being here and a part of the Red Ones Go Fasta. It's only up from here, boys, because we got big stuff coming up next. So that gives you an idea of where we're going from here. So once again, contest over. Armageddon boxes are given away. You guys are all amazing. There's only one thing left to do, and you know what it is. So you can do it with me here. Are you ready, kids? Can hear you. Are you ready? One! My voice, I'm dying.